Us here today, we are going to be streaming Shadowrun. Have with me my wonderful wife, Cassandra.
Hello.
She'll be playing the part of Sunny today. Our good friend Robin, who will be playing the part of Alan. And we have Sarah, who will be playing the good part of the moneymaker breadwinner for Kat.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
I only work because Kat needs tuna.
Yeah.
So.
If you were here when we had our last game session, there was a breakout of Zamora from coming out of the hospital. It was not the nice kind of hospital, and the rescue job went pretty well. No one was knifed on the way out. Now, with that said, just to kind of keep the audience paying attention to what's going on, we are about a week after that. So there are some things that you might not pick up on because all that stuff is in the podcast. And if you want to listen to our podcast, you can go onto our Patreon site and find links to it, as well as you can become a Patreon member and help support us so that we can help keep the lights on. With that, we're going to go ahead and get started with our game session today. All right. She's typing.
Done.
Done. Great.
Done, son.
All right. So it's been a pretty hectic week for Sunny, I'm imagining. A lot of stuff has been going on.
Yes.
Phone calls, going here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Things are starting to level out.
Yes.
You've been talking to people, and at this point in time, you and Terrence both agree that it's we're to move on to the next part. We need to call in some extra support.
Yes.
Angie is incredibly busy at this time, and so she's got other work to do. So it's time to tap your resources and see if your friends had a chance to heal up, as well as other things.
Okay.
So.
Yes.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
It's a short day for you at work.
Okay.
And you have a long list of stuff. A girl is currently leaving your office. She has recently gone through some serious physiological changes in her life.
Okay.
Its goblinization was a long time ago, and very few people goblinize. But then the Haley's Comet thing really screwed everything up.
Yes.
And she's one of the late bloomers. Although you wouldn't consider what's happened to her too much of a curse, she does find it very unnerving for the fact that she used to like wearing pants. Now she can't wear pants.
Well, why not?
The lower half is not human anymore.
Oh.
So socially, she feels awkward, and she has a lack of confidence in herself. She has lost her job. The corporation did not see that her change was easy, but she's found maybe a bit of a singing career. It's just now starting, and she's trying to do something. So this woman's leaving your office at this point in time and heading out into the rainy afternoon of Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
As the wall slides shut behind her, Nancy's voice rings out across the room and says, "Are you ready to continue on our scheduled needs, or do you need a break?"
What else do we have left?
You put on the itinerary that it's you're going to finish finding Zafar.
Oh. Well, then I guess that's what we're doing.
She says, "Yes, ma'am. How can I help?"
Let's see. I need to see if Zoe and Alan are going to answer their comms, because most recently they haven't. Maybe you can track them down?
The last time I saw Zamira's comm... Zamora. I apologize. Zamora's comm active, it was on the 104 freeway heading toward out of Seattle area.
Oh, okay.
So she might be off-grid.
Yeah. She's probably on that island.
I'm unsure of what island you mean. Nancy is not informed of all of Zomira's personal activities.
Yeah, that's fine. But I don't remember the name of it either.
Nibe.
No, yeah. Yeah, she's probably on eBay.
Oh. Then she is definitely out of reach for a grid for me to access her via the Matrix.
Yeah. Can you find the number for the stuffer shack that's there?
I will reference it. Yes, I have the number.
Okay, go ahead and call that number.
All right. The phone rings for a moment or two, and a burly voice picks up the other line. Hello, Stuffer Shack, 1603. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm actually looking for a friend of mine. I think she's on the island. Her name is Zamora.
Yeah, sure. I can get a message to her.
Okay, can you tell her that I need to have her call me back?
Sure.
As soon as
this
possible.
Number?
Yes, please.
Does she get a name to go along with this?
Sunny.
Oh, Sunny. Oh, Sunny. Oh, yeah. I will, I'll get this to her as quickly as possible.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sure, not a problem. Thanks for calling Stuffer Shack.
Okay, hang up. Yeah, so I get waiting for her to get back in touch with me. I will try Alan next because I've got a whole stack of papers in front of me, like papers associated with IDs, papers associated with travel plans, papers associated with all sorts of stuff that's all mixed together, and I can't make sense of it. I tried, but it's not working for me.
Okay.
So I need somebody who has some good eyes and can actually pay attention to the details and make those kind of connections. So
okay. What phone number and ID association does Sunny have for Alan?
She has Alan.
Okay, so you have two comm links, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And one of them.
She has both of them.
So
both.
She has both numbers, and you've told her to contact which one?
I think she said Wendell.
Okay.
She said Wendell.
Wendell Ponds. I remember that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, people will remember the name. They won't remember the guy attached to the name.
Except that he was a stuck-up prude, that's for sure. Anybody named Window is a prude.
I forgot. Where did window come from again?
My imagination.
Yeah.
Got it. I was just wondering if it was like an NPC's phone that you guys picked up and decided not to erase.
No, she made it up.
Ah.
Yeah. Or he made it up.
Well, she made it up.
Whatever. It's so complicated. I'm just a girl playing a dude disguised as another dude. Oh, yeah.
Pretending to be a girl.
Yeah. So much.
Sometimes, yes, in fact.
So, yeah, you pick up your phone information, scroll through it. You see Alan's, and before you hit it,
yeah, he's like, oh, no, he uses that other one now, or he likes that other one now. So yeah, I'll look up my W's and give him a call. I'm pretty sure there's just one W that I know.
Yep.
So
during this first week, I can let you know that as part of your downtime, you have actually been hired for another detective job by a guy who works in the shadows. You have met him once before, and it was the guy who also helped you square away that first job you had. Do you remember the name Simper Sam?
Yes.
Yes, so he's hired you for another detective job. So right now, you're currently looking for another missing person at this point. He paid you decently last time. It took a while for the cash to come in, but, you know, it's another job in the downtime, especially to pay the bills.
And with my mother's wedding coming up.
Yeah, you got to get ready to be able to travel. You got to be able to travel, and so you need money. So in the meantime, you've been kind of looking for a missing persons case, and we'll go over those details because it's not important for this game at this time. We'll go over those details later.
yeah.
So there you are, currently on a stakeout. I love doing this part. I made this chart. I love my chart. It's the rain chart. The number is 6, 3. It's a freaking flood out here. -6 to all actions.
Is that the technical term? Freaking flood?
Yeah, it's no, not freaking flood. It just says flood.
Oh, okay.
So right now, like, shooting somebody within, like, 15 meters of you is a -6 because the rain is just coming down. It's the kind that when it runs off the overhang and hits the front of your car, you see nothing. But you're not in your car. You're sitting in a bus stop watching across the street at a sushi shop that's all covered in neon lights and whatnot. And you can see the target sitting in there at a little red and white plastic table as he's having a conversation. And you're watching his lips, trying to see what he's talking about specifically. So as you're doing stuff, he gets up and he walks back over to the sushi bar to look at some stuff. Your window phone begins going off.
I don't take my eyes off and go, hello? Off him and just, hello?
Wendell?
Ah, Sonny. Bit busy right now, and...
Well, when are you gonna be free?
How long have I been on this stakeout?
For probably about an hour and a half or so. He's already been here for about a good 20 minutes, and you've made facial contact with the people he's talking to, so you've got their faces memorized, so you've collected a lot of more links to the missing person situation, so...
I say, probably just wrap things up in about 15 minutes. Call you back.
Okay.
The target moves around for a minute, comes back with another plate, but this time it's like a little doggy box of sushi and whatnot. He leans down, talks to a few of the guys that are sitting at the table with him, and makes like a more sexual caressing gesture to another guy, who then waves goodbye to him as the two of them as he begins to leave. He gets out to the street and whips out his auto umbrella, so it's like pops up quickly as he heads out into the rain, and a taxi cab comes pulling alongside, so maybe he pre-ordered one to show up, and he pops into his cab pretty quickly. He's a guy on the move, and you know he's pedaling in flesh, so he kind of tries to stay active as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm. But I got what I needed from the meeting, so I'll head home.
At that point in time, the bus comes to a slow stop. It's the same line that takes you back toward... Where did you live again?
Tacoma.
Toward Tacoma.
Yeah.
So in a streak of good convenience, you were able to keep eyes on the target while having a quick chat with Sonny.
I wait, and it's probably closer to 20 or 25 minutes before I call her back.
All right, so you've at least changed bus one more time, gotten off
Yeah.
of out of the more rainier section of town and into a drier bus.
Yeah. So, yeah, sorry about that. Had another job needed wrapping up.
Oh, that's fine. I understand. So I need some help with making some sense of a lot of information that I came across. I'm trying to get Zoe in on it too, but she hasn't called me back yet. But do you have maybe time to meet up this afternoon?
Suddenly. Where?
I could use a drink.
Someplace with decent alcohol then.
Okay.
Well, you're in the downtown area and you're heading toward Tacoma. It wouldn't take too much to swap a few buses to be heading back toward downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can go to like one of the. I'm sure that they have. Wait, where's the German pub? The German thing, is that in downtown?
Das Biergarten?
Das Biergarten.
Yeah, it's in downtown.
Yeah. Okay. Like, we can go to Das Biergarten.
Okay.
Yeah. The guy brews his own stuff. So.
Sounds excellent.
Okay. So yeah, that's where I'm headed.
Okay.
Mhm.
You head out to the car. The instant umbrellas, they're called auto umbrellas, are kind of like the new thing. Since the rain hasn't really ended in several years now, and that's been going on, they've been a big sell and a big hit. In fact, so much that 2 have been left in your office. It's simply an umbrella that when you turn, you point it up toward the sky, and it detects rain. It'll open as long as it can tell that it's not going to hit anything.
Okay.
It's magical.
Well, I mean, I will adopt one of them. So
your options are between one that's related to a natural museum over in Chicago, and the other one looks like it was for a strip club. It's got a pair of legs on it.
Let's do the Chicago one, because I'm pretty sure that this doesn't even make sense since nobody goes to Chicago anymore.
Nobody goes to Chicago.
They've got an infestation of the bug spirits.
Yes.
So yeah, so that'll confuse people a little bit more than the legs even, and that would be confusing too.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the whole legs thing is when the umbrella's closed, it looks like the legs are on a pole.
Oh, how fancy.
And when you open the umbrella, the legs they spread.
Ooh, that's awesome. No, thank you. That's not my style.
Yeah, you're still trying to figure out who left it.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, heading out. Gonna probably drive there.
Okay.
So it shouldn't take too long, because I mean, it really shouldn't be too far away if we're both in downtown. So there's that.
Yeah.
Maybe 20 minutes.
Yes. You cut into that same section of rain that was flooding where she was just
nice.
at. So the problem is when that happens, people start driving really slowly, and if the flooding lasts for too long,
and then they put their hazards on.
And they put their hazards
I
on.
hate that.
And then they start driving into the center of the road because it's a little higher elevated.
Yeah,
and slowly.
And they don't want to go into the puddles.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you have the bigger pickup trucks who aren't afraid, and they go driving through the parking lanes and whatnot, throwing water. It's chaos. You figured after a good 2 years of the rain not going away, people would
learn how to drive. Yeah.
Or invest in boats.
Yeah, exactly. But there's still not enough water for boats yet.
Not enough.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to swap over to a small communal trailer park with, it's probably about 5 to 6 trailer parks, a couple of older homes and whatnot that are all positioned around a big central area. And a blue and white pickup truck drives pretty quickly into the section and comes into the intersection of the circle and comes to a pretty quick stop. Enough that people in the nearby trailers and houses pay attention to it. Eagle jumps out of his truck pretty quickly, throwing on his jacket again and heading toward the trailer, has his keys in his mouth as well as some pieces of paper, and he hustles quickly up to the house. Bangs on the door, starts pulling it open, sits there and says, Hun.
What's up?
He goes, I got a call at the Stuffer Shack. Someone named Sunny. She said she wants to talk to you. Is that the one you told me about?
Yeah. I wonder why she called the Stuffer Shack. And
She said she needs to talk to you, and it's about a job.
oh. Okay.
Well, I mean, you kept talking about jobs and everything. If this is an option to get some pay, I'm okay with this. Let's get this. What do you say? He'd sit there and say, what do you say? It'd be, I mean, if this is an option for you to get a job, that'd be great.
Okay.
And the point of reference is he still doesn't know what you do, and he thinks when people say about jobs, he's thinking you're getting a job that works 9 to 5 at some place where there's retirement benefits.
Well, no. I mean, they've been together-ish well enough to know that it's probably she's a freelancer, and so instead of doing 9 to 5, I think that would make more sense.
If it was awesome, if it's a week that's gone by, we would have had a sit-down talk about everything that had been going on, because it would have just been a time to come clean.
Ooh, gonna be honest with people?
Like, how much honesty are we talking here?
I wouldn't tell him specifically what I do, But I would tell him that it's not the most legal of activities.
So will you tell him you do freelance work?
Yeah, I do. I would tell him I do freelance work.
Is that the words you would use? Freelance work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And how would you describe it in its legal sense? What words would you use?
I am a procurer of information.
I'm going to give him a shot at this to figure it out. He ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, but I mean, he's got a logic of 2. Let's see. And at least 2 more in intuition. Let's make some modifications.
I'm disappointed because GM Cat doesn't want to stay on her chair today. She's all the way over in the corner. You little bum.
So, yeah, he completely understands that you do freelance computer work, and that's about the length of it. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So, he's excited. He's like, he comes into the door pretty quickly and saying, "It was your friend Sunny, and she said something about having a job."
Okay. I will call her right now.
Okay, so this is probably at the point where you're not at the Das Biergarten yet. You're going through the flood zones of idiot drivers.
Okay. Nice.
And so yeah, Zamora is the ID. I'm assuming that would pop up on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Well, I'm glad to hear your voice for once. That's nice.
It's good to hear yours too.
So, oh, hold on a second. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. God, put your hazards off. It's not a fucking turn signal. Oh, fucking shit.
Are you driving right now?
Yes, I'm driving right now.
Oh, I assume the weather is terrible. It is.
I mean, I feel like I should probably have traded in my car for a boat right now.
I mean, I can make that happen.
No, I like my car.
Sure.
I like my
find
car.
you.
I like my car. It's small. I can drive on the sidewalks if I need to. So, everything's... Okay. So, I need your help with tracking somebody down.
Okay.
It's kind of a twofold thing.
Okay.
Let's see. So, here's what I got going on. You remember that stack of papers that we picked up from the doctor's house in the arcology? Yeah, in the arcology? Yeah. I haven't been able to make heads or tails of all this stuff. But I'm pretty sure that if we can track down who made these IDs, we might be able to find out more information on where Zufar is. I'm going to be talking with Alan about, doing some paper trail legwork, but I figure if you can start taking a look at the IDs as well, that would be helpful. I can get you on a call when I'm with Alan so we can all talk about it together.
Okay. Yeah, I will make myself available. I've really just been puttering around the house.
Okay. So which number should I call?
This one. Yeah,
Okay.
You can call this number back.
Okay, I figured that you might not have signal out there, so I called the stuff with Shack.
The signal is fantastic out here.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a call back in probably 45 minutes or so. I don't know how long it's going to take Alan to get a bus up here.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Talk to you then.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
So time will pass. You drive through hectic traffic. The bus in front of you becomes a wedge of waves that if you're too far behind, the waves come crashing back toward the car, and the smaller car, like you know the ones, the little smart cars, gets hit. They begin fishtailing off to one side as they're trying to drive in the wake of this beast. Your car's just the right size that you're fine where you're at, but if you can get close enough to that bus, you'll be doing really good. And then, after a good 20 minutes of fighting, a miracle happens. One of those clunker Humvee vehicles pulls past the bus and begin making this huge wake that allows you to swarm in behind it. You, as well as the smart car, get behind the Humvee that begins going in the passing lane of traffic to get past the bus.
Nice.
And
Okay.
whatnot. So it's like Moses spreading the Red Sea on 45th Street is pretty much what it ends up being.
Excellent.
And he doesn't drive with his hazards on. He cuts straight into it, and you're able to get on one of the side roads that will take you deeper into downtown and away from the flooded areas.
Okay. Excellent. So yeah, that's my plan. And when I get there, I'm probably gonna order a beer and maybe a brat because I don't remember. I didn't bring my lunch.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't bring my lunch today, guys.
You want some paprika covered potato chips?
Yeah.
How about
Those
some
things are
potato
delicious.
salad?
Yes.
They have that too.
Yes, that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have a sampler with all that stuff on
Ooh. Yep, that's it.
it. All right.
Press 1 for everything. Check.
Well, the Das Beer Garden actually doesn't have that much automation, so it's actually a person you have to talk to.
Oh, wow. Excellent. Okay.
It's a nice little
Old school.
throwback there.
Nice. I can practice my German.
Yes, but they do have some NERPs or some more commercialized things, like you can buy yourself a little German hat. And,
Oh my god, so cute.
that makes you have those round, curly colored the hair buns. Yeah, you can buy them. They're fake ear muffs, but they're hair bun looking
Oh,
ear
that's
muffs.
so funny. Okay.
So they got that. Let's see. So Alan will show up maybe about 20 minutes after that.
Okay. So I'll wave him down and get started. Whatever he's ordering, and I'll call Zoe.
Okay.
Just get right to business. While my mouth's full, that works too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alan, are you going to purchase any food or beer?
Just a beer.
Just a beer. You've had beer here before, right? You've come to the beer garden.
No.
No, you've never been here? Ah, well, the glasses are large. That's the best way to describe it. So you get some beer, sit, begin discussing. You guys, and then you call Zoe.
Yes.
And you get nothing. Go straight to voicemail.
What?
She told me that this was really... Oh. I'm going to try calling again.
Nope, it still happens again.
I'll send a...
phone.
I know, it's like, I'll send a message
Okay.
to her.
All right. So, it's been at least 45 minutes and no message, nothing from Sonny. Phone hasn't rung or anything. And all of a sudden, you get a text message.
Like,
Why is my phone not working? That's messed up.
really?
Look, just because it's 2079 doesn't mean you don't have technical difficulties when you move from a 7G section down to a 3G section, you know?
Oh, right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will call her.
You are in the boonies.
Boonies!
The nearest telephone line to your house, telephone pole, is over 2 miles away.
Wouldn't everything be on the internet? Like a Skype call?
There's no internet here. They stopped bringing the buckets of internet over.
Yeah, no more
Darn.
no more interwebs.
I gotta go to the store. I gotta go to the Walmart.
Yeah, you got to go to Walmart just to have to go reception.
Okay, I will call her back.
Okay. So you all now pretty much at the same location. One's on phone, one's at the table. Two are at the table, sorry.
Okay, so
So answers, what do you want to do now?
well, now I'm going to talk about what? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. So, yep, I'm going to put my white noise generator on the table.
Okay.
Press a couple buttons, get him to say stuff, whatever.
Got
Done.
it.
Boom. We're ready. And, yeah, so I'm going to tell them that. So, hold on. I'm reading all my fucking notes. Notes. Okay, so I am still working on the arson job for my employer, and I think we're getting pretty close to finding the man who hired the arsonist in the first place, and I need you guys to find out where he is. I'm pretty sure that Zoe, you had mentioned something about trying to trace back the IDs to whoever made them, because we have 5 of them, and they're probably all made by the same person, because they're really detailed.
Yeah,
And,
if I'm able to figure out who actually made the IDs, then we can maybe talk to them and for a good price see if they know anything
okay.
about where he's going.
Well, isn't ID making illegal?
Of course. But there's always signatures.
I know, but I'm talking about paying him.
For information?
Yeah. I mean, you could just, what is that word? You could extort him for information.
Oh. See, you're good at this.
I know. Regardless, if we can find out who made these, we would be able to track down which ID is the ID that this man is actually using, so we can follow that one instead of go on a wild goose chase and get nowhere. And then he'll be gone, and we'll miss our window. So, his name?
I mean, I can always check and see which ones have been used recently, I think.
Oh.
Actually, Angie has done that.
Yeah.
All of them are active.
Yeah.
All of them are doing things.
Okay, so, yes, I actually had one of my other Dikers take a look at them, and they are all active, all over the place.
Great.
So, I don't think that's really going to help in this case.
The other piece of information is that all of them are scheduled to be leaving Seattle within the next day or so, and so they're all going in different directions.
And all of these IDs are, they all have travel plans on them for different places, and they're all going to leave within 48 hours. So that's probably the window that we have right now. His name is Zufar Al-Tahir. And these are the things that that I need him for. He's got 2nd-degree arson, insurance fraud, 2nd-degree manslaughter, and he cost my employer a lot of money. So, I would like you to, in addition to find out which ID he's using, to find him and apprehend him.
Okay.
For this, I am willing to offer you a half standard for finding out which ID he's actually using. 1 standard if you can find him, and 2 standard if you apprehend him. This is a collective thing, not individual. So that's the pool, essentially.
If Sunny's not actively holding down the papers, Alan's.
Yeah, she's already
going,
she's
already. Alan's already going through them and using his using an intuition plus perception.
Okay.
We'll deal with the dice roll after the negotiations have gone through, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to do any work until you know how much money you're going to make.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with that.
As soon as he hears that, he's going through the papers.
Okay.
Yeah, he thinks that sounds like a fair.
Well, then roleplay it instead
Yeah.
of just say it.
Yeah. Sounds fair. Is all the paperwork we've got?
Yes, that's everything that we collected from his residence. Along with I'm assuming I have the passport as well.
Passport,
and
stuff from
all
the
of the
vault.
stuff from the vault.
You guys kept the money. You split the money. The gun that was in there is also part of these evidence because nobody said they took it. It was the Walter PPK.
Yeah. I'm not going to take it. I can't. I have no use for it.
I'm pretty sure it's. I'm sure. What I'm assuming is you put everything in a security safe that requires a combination to open.
Ooh.
So it's a security briefcase that you have on you.
I like that plan.
That you've opened up, so all of it's in one location.
Yes. So, Alan?
Alan's going to take a look at the gun, put it aside, and say, Samara. Oh, he's going to read off the serial number, and say, Samara, you should look this up, see if it's connected to anything, because I might be able to use it to get an in with the police.
Okay. So, and, yeah, Sunny is going to, look at Alan and be like, I just want to let you know that I think this tracking is going to be a lot less, dangerous for
Hazardous?
you. Yeah, a lot less hazardous for you. As far as I know, he's not a physical threat. He's an accountant. And nothing that I've seen, for his past records, there's no military training, there's no combat experience. Just, double masters in accounting from probably
Caltech.
Caltech.
And FIU.
Yeah. So, this guy is as nerdy as they come, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'll be taking a couple weapons in any case, but I'll be doing some checks on that myself.
Okay.
But thank you for the warning.
As far
For
as
that information.
using your weapons, bringing him back to me dead is not an option. You will not get paid.
Good to know.
So if
For the staff then.
okay, Zoe, you still there? You good?
I'm good.
Okay, you already have all the information. I sent it over to you. So unless your signal doesn't get it over
Check
there.
my email.
Yeah, right?
Okay. Yes, you have received a data packet from her.
Okay.
It's on your cloud right now.
Nice.
Oh, okay, I'll pull it off the cloud and onto my deck.
Okay.
Okay.
So if we're finished here, I'm going to...
Yeah, they
I'm
both
going to-
agreed that 2 standard sounds pretty good. So
Okay.
money's been taken care of. They have all the information. It's time for them to get to work, isn't it?
Yep. So I was like, so if you can get a hold of him, my employer would really appreciate that.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay.
Let me know when you made progress.
Call me if you have any questions.
And call me if you have any questions. Good point.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And with that, do you pay for the bill at Das Beer Garden?
I do.
All right.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure you can afford the whole 60 Nuyen
Yeah.
costs for beer and platter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
You leave the case with
Yeah, I don't need it.
You don't need it anymore? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well,
Write down a level 4 security briefcase.
okay.
And make sure you note down that you have a Walter PPK with a clip of ammo.
Nice.
Because if she's leaving that with you, she can take it off her character sheet.
The gun was a throwback, right? It didn't have smart link or anything else like that.
That's correct. It's a very fancy throwback, too. In other words, somebody paid a decent amount of money to have the replica remade as an original instead
Yeah,
of being...
or have an original restored.
Or original restored.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, it's time to start talking about information. You have 5 different IDs. Oh, hang on.
Sorry, excuse me.
She has to...
Is there any way you can scoot this a little further over? Awesome, thank you.
There we go. So we have 5 different IDs, piles of paperwork, travel arrangements for all 5 IDs, and gosh know how many licenses are lined up with all these different IDs themselves. 5 sins to dig through. And if you're lucky, they only lead back to one creator.
Right.
So
First, I want to look for the serial number on the gun.
all right, not a problem. She had already read it off to you, so
Right.
the next thing you're going to need to do is a matrix perception. All right, so let's talk about everything going on for your computer stuff. I'm assuming at this point in time you grab up all your stuff, phone and whatnot, head back into the back room. Do you kick Kat out, or are you going to keep Kat around for moral support?
Moral support.
Because if you know you locked her outside the door, she's going to be bugging the shit out of you.
Yep, that's why I'm not doing it.
Causing computer glitches.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, she'll call me in the middle going, meow,
So,
meow.
are you hot simming in?
Yes.
All right, that's 2 extra dice for you to work with. Are you going to... So grid-wise, you're on the island's grid. And there's only so much of the matrix this grid touches, so you're going to have to hop over to a different grid.
Right. So since I have access to global grids, how does that work? Like, how will that work out?
That's an extra 2 dice for you to work with.
Excellent.
Did you pay for the faster global grid or just the regular one?
The faster.
I'm
pretty sure.
That costs a shit ton of money.
I'm paying $13K altogether.
No, you didn't get the faster one.
Oh, okay, good.
If you had, $13K is a little low. I'll look at it later.
I ain't made of money.
Well, hopefully one day you will be.
Hopefully. I hope so.
So you get an extra 2 dice for the global network because it's far-reaching and it has benefits. Now, matrix perception, you're going to have to look pretty far, and you're probably going to want to reach as far as you possibly can. So I do believe that was... a 5. Let me find it. Modifiers. Here we go. So, noise level is going to be an 8 while you begin reaching as far as you can. That's the greatest noise level. So we're going to assume that you're looking as far as you possibly can, like a global search for any information. So you have a noise level of 8. The noise level on the island is minimal. It's like, we're going to say it's a 0 because there is no spam. The worst spam you're going to get is from the cat or maybe one of the kids running around outside throwing emoticons at somebody else. Right. So no spam, no noise from that. Your noise is going to come from distance. And let's see. And we're also going to toss in another noise just because you got to go across the water.
Okay.
That's it.
So, from my residence, I get +1 noise, or I guess out of my dice pool. And then I'm going to run virtual machine with my signal scrub. So I will...
and we're going to toss in... I'm going to change that from a 0. Because you're in a rural area, we're going to bump that up to a 3. And because the got to go across the water, that's a 1. So we're looking at, right now, the greatest distance that you can search, being the entire globe, is going to be a noise total of 12.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get started from that point forward.
Okay. So take 1 from my access, so that brings it down to 11. I will... I'll run a virtual machine with 2 signal scrubs. That'll take it down 4.
Hot sim?
Oh yeah. Hot sim takes it down 2.
Yes. Global network? Takes it down another 2.
Okay. So I'm looking at a -3.
Yep.
To my dice pool.
Yep.
Okay.
That's actually pretty phenomenal because you have a hellacious dice pool with Kami helping out.
Kuma, yeah.
Kuma.
Oh my. Okay. So let me see if I can run any more. Here's my search stuff. I know I had stuff that can help with matrix damage. Rebooting, attack, search.
Matrix search is data processing, so you could run a toolbox. That gives you an extra +1 to data processing.
That's true.
Giving you a chance for a greater number of successes.
Mm-hmm. So I'll run toolbox, signal scrub, 2. I know there's one more. That's really good.
Browser cuts the search time in half.
There we go. So I'll run another virtual machine.
With toolbox and browser on it.
Yeah.
Hope you don't piss anybody off while you're doing this, right?
Yeah. It should be fine.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I got 8 successes on the toolbox. This computer is kind of slow. So I can have 7 successes.
Okay, great. More than enough. More than enough. Alan, what do you want to be doing?
I'm just basically looking at these papers and seeing what shakes out.
All right, intuition plus perception.
Yep. That's 6.
Oh, wow, that's a really good roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mental limit is?
6.
Oh, spot on. Okay. So, it's going to take Sarah's character about 3 hours to come back with some information on the gun.
Yep.
It's going to take you about 2 or 1.5 hours to start digging through this information. So I'm pretty sure Dust Beer Garden will let you hang around, but not stay forever. So after about an hour's worth of searching, you've started sorting the piles of information into the 5 different identifications.
Mm-hmm.
And what you've been doing is going through and picking out things that don't seem to apply to any IDs. So, in other words...
Well, I've got 5 piles of paperwork.
No, you have
6 piles of paper.
6 piles of paperwork. And you've got a pile of paperwork which has nothing to do with any particular ID. So it's like, what is all this stuff? So you've figured out who these people are. And if you want, I can go through 5 different names and give you some generalized information on them. They're all men. They're all around the same age. They all have the same descript. So you know, by the way, what Zafar looks like because there's pictures on every single one of the IDs.
I'll know him if I see him.
Exactly, because you're staring at him quite a bit. So while you're searching through this, what you've succeeded in making like this 6th pile of information. Sorting through this 6th pile of information and being asked if you want another beer, you start finding things that are related to receipts. That's what's in this pile is things like receipts, maps of the printed up maps of Seattle area, which seems to have driving instructions. And the reason why this is in this pile is because there's no address that seems to relate to these driving instructions and any of the addresses that seem to be listed on the pile. So you can imagine how long it's taken to sort all this stuff out. It's not, hey, this is the clue, I figured it out. No, it's this doesn't go here, this goes here. You also find that there are like 3 or 4 scraps of paper with like phone number and then no name written with it, or like a 4-digit number, a napkin that has a club's name on it, Club Soda. It's a club. Yeah, I know, Club Soda, but this is a club called Soda. And then it has like 3 numbers written on it, like 532, and you're like, okay, well, this must be something. We'll put it over there because it doesn't seem to match up with anything. No mention of clubs or any of these ID paperwork. So that's what you've been doing, is separating them into these 6 different stacks. And so now you have this 6 stack seems to be the oddball of information out at this point in time. What we're doing is role-playing through several extended tests. Now, you guys remember what an extended test is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you've done is Sarah's already knocked off 7 successes out of her extended test, and Robin's knocked out 6. So that's pretty freaking phenomenal. I'm already sitting there going, shit, this is going to be faster than I thought. But that's fine. Mm-hmm. Game mechanics-wise, you guys are designed. We picked you to do this part because you guys are designed to do this. So
while we're before we started all this, me and Alan should have had a short conversation about how often to check in with each other. And I'd say about every hour and a half, like in between there, we should either one of us try to call, or you can text me, or I'll call you because my service is kind of shit.
Yeah, so I think, yes, Alan would agree she should call him.
Okay.
But how often?
He'd probably go more 1 every 3 hours.
3 hours? Okay.
Yeah, 3 or 4 hours, because this stuff takes time. Yes.
Okay. So right now, with Zoe's character, you've begun taking all the IDs. You've set up, somehow... give a quick description of how you're doing this search, and then I'll go into details of what you found from your first activities.
Okay. I guess with all the... Well, since I would focus on the gun serial number first, I would take any information that I got with that and then put it with, one of the 5 IDs, whichever one it was attached to. And then if it takes 3 hours for just that, then the check-in with Alan, I would see what he would came up with.
Yes, it will take roughly around 3 hours for that ID to be pinned down, that gun to be pinned to one of the IDs.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I imagine you probably got like a folder set up. You've got the IDs placed in the folder, and then you're kind of started separating out pictures, and
right.
Because whoever did this even made pictures of this Zufar person doing stuff in some of these addresses and stuff like that. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Desktop would be laid out with 5 folders. Where you can have little pictures on the front of the folders with each location or each ID and name, and then start separating, just drag and drop, pull everything in there. That way I can go through them one by one and see what I can find.
You're finding that the IDs have really well chronologic information, from addresses that this person lived at to times when they paid their water bill, over a series of several years when they moved to a different address. Every single one of them have tons of data trails relating to lots of different public access and public works. One of them has a library card and a listing of all the books they ever checked out. The one thing that you did catch is you finally get the gun information. The system that you accessed about the serial number for the gun wanted to double check the biometrics that are listed with the gun's ID owner and the biometrics of the actual ID. So basically you were doing a gun check on somebody like a police officer do. You'd be like, I'm a police officer. I need to make sure this gun is legitimate. And so you contacted the license department and they say, yes, it's legitimate if you can produce the correct biometrics. And so you showed that system, holy shit, this ID has a biometrics in it. So you showed the biometrics from this ID to the system, and it said, yes, this gun has got a legal license attached to it for this individual. And then you started spreading out all the folders. Every single one of them have a biometrics that are almost perfectly similar to each other one, just slightly changed. Because biometrics do change per person, per time and period, but so there's a tolerance level. And the average tolerance level is less than 7%. And you notice each biometric is about 7% off of the other.
Good Lord. It's either really great work or... No, that's really great work.
Or this is 5 different people who all look the exact same. And you find out another interesting piece of information. Some of the dates are overlapping. So it can't be the same person because this person can't be in 2 places at once. Unless some crazy crap like there's clones out there or some shit.
Okay.
Excellent. Right. So, yes, one of the IDs does have the gun attached to it. Alan, where are you going after a period of time at the Das Beer Garden?
He's going to keep the paperwork in order.
Uh-huh.
Put it in the lockbox and take it back to his apartment. Since that's... No, okay. He's going to take it to the nearest library.
Oh, you're going to a library. Okay.
Yes. He's going to...
Alrighty then.
I'm sure he's going to have to pay for a private room, but he's going to do that.
We're going to assume... Oh, yep. Yeah, there's downtown library. Seattle's the downtown library. The central library is not too far. Great building. Nice pebble stone kind of outside covering. Multiple floors. Lots of stuff. They still retain lots of books, and nothing's been transferred electronically, but there's still that. So you're able to... which ID are you saying you are when you walk in? Hey, I am...
Hey, Alan.
So you're saying you're Alan and you're a citizen of Seattle, so you want to get a room?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Your ID what's the is this a fake ID?
Yeah.
What's the level on it?
It's a 2.
Okay, it passes. I rolled crap.
Yeah. Because Zamora was in the hospital, so she didn't get the chance to upgrade.
It will happen.
My ID.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to go to a private room.
I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. It's much favorable conditions as you transcend from the Das Beer Garden and walk a few blocks to the central library. It's just like spit coming down from the heavens. Every once in a while, just a really big drop here and there. And it's warm, which makes it awkward and unpleasant to some degree. But you arrive at the library, and they have one of those overhead air drying vents that come down and blow dry some of the water off, make you more acclimated to the building. You walk up to the front counter, and the lady is a digital display, and you tell her what you want. You shine your ID, you punch buttons. And it's a bit of a hassle to get it to work, but in the end, she gives you authorization and information to a room and attaches it to your SIN.
Okay.
You wander through the dusty halls of this big building, finding that it's occupied but sparse. So you find that you cross maybe a dwarf and then maybe some college kids doing some research. A troll harbored in one corner reading children's books to children. Until finally you make it to the floor in which all the private study rooms are at.
I'm sure I was assigned a private study room.
Mm-hmm.
I go in, shut the door, lock it, and put the piles out in the order I had them at Das Beer Garden.
Okay.
And then I start going through the 6th pile.
Okay. As you unload the rest of the piles of everything, inside the security briefcase, you notice that there's a bulge. And you know how the briefcases have those sleeves where you can stick stuff into them? You notice as you've opened it up and started pulling stuff out, part of that, maybe you missed it beforehand, or maybe it just shifted around, but there's like a bulge hanging down. And you know the gun's sitting in there, so it's not the gun, but there's like something in one of the pouches.
I go and see if I can figure out how to get into that bulge.
Sure, yeah. It's just you pull the little pouch open. It's like a pouch in the top lid of the briefcase.
And I pull out what's inside it.
It's a small statue of a frog. Looks like it might be something setting on a desk, like a trinket or a token or something that somebody put on their desk to decorate it.
Goes in pile 6 until I can... Goes by pile 6 until I can figure out what's going on with it.
All right, so we want... Go ahead.
So I'm going to start going through pile 6 since quite frankly, I don't believe any of the stuff about the histories of any of those fake sins right now.
Okay.
So I'm going with the stuff I'm most certain actually leads to a real person.
Okay. This will be another intuition perception roll.
Yep. 4 successes.
You begin sorting through them, taking the pile and separating it into different parts. This is this bit of information, that's that bit of information. This seems more related to that, and just kind of sorting it out and organizing it in a way which you can look at all the data. Or not, I shouldn't say data, but clues. We'll call them clues because that makes more sense to your character, since data involves looking at a computer, and computers are the work of something terrible.
The work of vile black magicians.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Down with all computers. Let them burn in hell.
That's terrible to walk in on.
Oh, yeah. It's Alan. Her character doesn't, Robin's character doesn't like computers.
Yeah.
So
vertigo.
So as you're sorting through these and getting this 6th pile worked through, you realize that your phone's going off.
I look at the ID.
I don't know if you have Zamora's name in your phone, so if you do,
I'm pretty sure I
it says
do.
Zamora.
Yeah. Hello.
Alan?
Yes.
Hey, it's so.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes, I figured that. I answered, didn't I?
Indeed you did! Is everything okay on your end?
Yes, I've got six potential IDs. And a weird statue of a frog.
Okay. Well, I got a hit back on the serial number for the gun, and I have also made 6 files on my computer with everything. So the gun traces back to one ID in particular, which is...
Hang on. Mario Schubert.
Mario Schubert.
Okay, I put the gun on pile Mario Schubert. I shall look into him after I get done with my current project.
Okay. Any other stuff, like specific?
Yeah, you have that frog, and you have a
Yeah.
map that has addresses that don't relate to any of the addresses you have listed in the current paperwork piles.
Yes. I'll say yes. I'll send you pictures
Excellent.
Okay.
You can just send them over to this number.
Okay.
All right. So you go sorting out. So now you've got the frog. You've got this map. You've got some receipts, probably about 5 or 6 receipts. You've got travel documentations that seem to be receipts for planes, travel and stuff like that. So you're looking at that, sorting through all the. Where is this person going? So like of the names, you've got different locations: France, Honolulu, Alaska, Borneo, and Singapore. So, you've got these 5 different locations in which it seems all these are going, but you're looking at some travel arrangements that are like, canceled travel arrangements to Rio de Janeiro. Okay, I wonder where that goes. So, you're trying to figure out and piece together where all these extra bits of information go into these other 5 piles. Because once can you see where this is going to?
Yes.
Which would be what?
Once I've eliminated all the places he's not going, I know where he's going.
Right. Well, what I mean by the 6th pile of stuff.
Yes. This is the stuff that's his real ID.
That you assume is his real ID information.
Yes.
But right
or
now...
the ID he's currently running.
Correct. So that you assume this is related to the real ID. But you found the gun, which was another piece, relates to one of those IDs. So if your idea works, that means that every single one of these pieces will attach to an ID over here. So that's where you're going from there, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so how do you want to approach this next part?
Well, I'm going to start looking up I know Zoe's better with computers, so I'm going to start looking up Mario. Looking at the Mario pile.
Okay.
Since that clearly has a lot of money attached to it, because I figure Alan would know this is a really high-end gun of whatever type, of whether it's a reproduction or a reconstruction. So follow the money.
Following the money.
This guy has money.
All right, so now you're going through Mario's information, trying to see what Mario knows. So you're going to make an intuition plus perception as you begin sorting through Mario's data.
Yep.
And now we hop over to Zoe for her dice roll.
Okay. Is it the same thing as before?
No, you have to tell me what you're looking for.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
So Alan sends. We're going to assume, for purposes, Alan's able to send you stuff via email, not text it to your phone, because your phone doesn't. Yeah, it gets text messages, not pictures or phone calls coming in, only going out.
Excellent.
So it gets sent email, picture of a frog, and the addresses that are associated on that map. So you have 2 pieces to kind of work with.
Okay. So addresses on the map.
And then a frog.
A frog. Is it like a normal frog? Like a green frog?
You have no idea. What's your knowledge of animals? How many ranks do you have in that knowledge animal skill?
0.
What's your logic?
6.
So you get 5 dice. You can either roll 5 dice and hope you get something, or you can just do a matrix perception to see if this frog comes up as something.
I'll do a matrix perception because I'll have a lot more dice.
All right.
4, 5. 5 successes.
Okay. As you begin doing search for this frog, this image, this statue, whatever the hell this thing is, it becomes coming back with a lot of different stuff. Lots of frogs pop up and stuff like that. And so you kind of start sorting through, trying to figure out what kind of fucking frog do we have here? What kind of Drek frog is this? And then at some sort of point, the search is narrowed down to you're looking at the statue of a South American rain frog. And you're like, oh, sweet, South American rain frog. I don't know what the hell this has to do. So you start searching through all of those files and stuff like that, looking for somebody who's has some sort of relation to South America. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And remember, it was Honolulu, Alaska, Singapore, Borneo, and France. Paris, France.
So I guess Borneo?
And you know where Borneo... Do you know where Borneo is?
No.
You don't know where Borneo
It's
is?
in Asia.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's in Asia.
We'll have to-
No, there's no Borneo in
However-
South America.
Rio de Janeiro, if she tells.
Yeah, exactly. So
Oh, yeah.
clues. So you're like, man, okay, so this is useless. So now it's time to work on those maps, right? So you working off the same 5 successes you just made. You've been punching in this, and these are local addresses. And so you're like, start pumping them in, bringing them up, and the map goes from a home address to a restaurant, Loblaws, which is a type of lobster seafood place. Lob and the word law crammed together. So it was like, there was this dude, his name was Law, and he loved lobsters. And so he decided to make a food chain called Loblaws, which didn't succeed very well because people had issues with the name. Anyways, Loblaws is out of business these days for the most part. Red Lobster took over a lot of their stuff. Fast forward to this point in time, that's what it is. It's directions from an address to a Loblaws.
In Rio?
No, in Seattle.
Ooh.
So you begin staring at that for a minute, and then you take that. What part of that do you kind of associate with the rest of the 5 IDs? So you got 2 addresses for a Loblaws and a home address.
Right. Is the home address from... Obviously, it's here in Seattle. Is it from the place that we went to? The home address?
The place that who went to?
That we, me and Cassie and Odysseus, or Sunny and Odysseus went to.
No. That's not even the same area. This address is located in Everett.
And is the Everett address attached to any of the IDs specifically, or is it just one that's just kind of there?
No, after looking for a minute or two, you don't find any addresses that are associated with the Everett address, but of all the addresses, one of them is also in Everett.
How close?
A block away. When you look at the 2 maps, here's one house, there's a backyard, a fence, and another house, and the other address in question. So they share a backyard, just got to go around the block.
Okay. Which address, or which one is that attached to?
Robert Hernandez. I'm having fun making all this stuff up. I'm literally making this up off the cuff. In the end, they're going to reduce down to just having one receipt. They're gonna be like, we got all sorts of links, but nothing. What do we got left? A receipt. What's it to? Someplace in Snohomish. Coffee. Oh, hot. Bad. All right. So now what? We're gonna slide back over to Robin's character as you're sitting there looking at all this new information. So you begin sorting through Mario, right? Mario's ID, looking for something. Do you want to call anybody? Do you want to... so let's start off listing some of the information that you find. You find that Mario is a male. His age is, appropriate for the person in question. All the pictures are correct for Zufar. It shows that he works for a company called Enviro Architectural Designs, and apparently he runs a weaving machine at this place, whatever the hell that means. You've got information on him. He drives a Chevy Avanda. So what information do you want to pull from Mario's ID that you think will help Alan out?
Let's see. Where the company he works for is located. Say it, or, where his home address is.
His home, it says it's off Davis Avenue, 3708 Davis Avenue.
Yeah. And financial information.
It shows that there are 2 listed bank account informations, but not the actual bank account numbers, just accounts with these banks and how they're linked directly to this sin.
Mm-hmm.
His company is listed as being out of Denver, and so he must work some sort of this local shop or something. A weaving machine sounds like an actual physical thing you have to be at to work.
Mm-hmm. And yet he has the ability to get this.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't fit. Although the gun is linked to this name and information, that's an expensive weapon.
Yes. So...
Do you want to examine the weapon any?
Yeah.
Okay. Checking the gun out, it has no signature equipment. It has, I should say, it has no electronic equipment. It has signature on it. It has engraved handle, detailed information, filigree on it. The ammunition is standard, though. It's nothing special or fancy. So, I mean, you're not really going to... It's not going to be useful against an armored target. This is only going to be good for an unarmored target at close range. So, there's that. So the gun doesn't seem to be providing any more clues. I don't know. Maybe you got something out of that.
I got that he is not he is what I got from that is what Sonny, that confirmation of what Sonny said, that this is not a professional hit person or whatever. This is a more regular guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yes. So he told me what weapon to bring if I go to pick him up. Bring the staff.
Yes.
At least collateral damage doesn't require a permit. So, and least chance of killing the guy.
Okay.
Accident.
So Mario doesn't seem to be getting you anywhere at this point in time.
Yeah.
You got no extra clues. What do you want to try now? Because I got 2 dice rolls out of you here written down, and so I want to make sure that we take advantage of both of them. Because you're already at 13.
I rolled a third one.
Yeah, I see that. So we got...
was for the Mario. I got a 3.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 4. We haven't actually role played through that one yet, so I kind of want to do that.
Frog, which I gave to her.
You want to look at the frog?
Yeah.
All right, so staring at the frog for a little while, do you have any knowledge of animals?
I've got knowledge survival.
Oh, we'll give that a shot. You can use that,
Yeah,
and
outdoors.
I'll run.
I've got knowledge outdoors.
Oh, go for it.
Knowledge group outdoors.
Go for it.
So, 4 logic plus.
Your survival.
Yep. 5 successes.
You stare at it for a little while, and then, you realize, it's about time to call Zoe, but you got to get up and get some water. So you walk out, you're wandering through the library, and then it hits you. You walk across the way to the encyclopedias. You pull out a book. You've been flipping through it. You put the book on the shelf. You walk down a few more. You pull out another one. You open up and begin thumbing through the book, and there's a picture of a South American rain frog. It looks exactly like the little statue.
Rio de Janeiro! Like, drop the book, go back, cancel plans, but let's go through and see if we can tie this to anyone.
So, picking up the plans for Rio de Janeiro, you see that they were supposed to, it's a canceled flight. As you're reading through it, you pull it up and you're going to kind of flip through it and whatnot. And you see that there was supposed to be baggage claims, that there was going to be 2 bags carried on along with this Rio de Janeiro trip. And so you're looking at that and you think about it. You're like, shit, yeah. So you toss that off to one side, you flip over and you pull out another ID. And you're sitting there looking through it and you find 2 baggage claims. So amongst all the IDs, this one, Juan Garcia, has a listing for taking 2 carry-on bags, 2 bags to be checked in at every flight, while the other ones don't have this. I mean, there's no bag check-in for the person going to Alaska, but there is for everybody else.
I immediately text Zoe, Juan Garcia's.
Okay.
Juan Garcia.
And then start going through Juan's stuff.
Juan Garcia's works for a place called Sherman's To Do. And it's Tudu. Sherman's To Do. His profession is a shampooer.
Okay.
Yes. You've never heard of this place. So there's the first thing you notice. Like, well, he's a shampoo. So basically he has, Juan has a degree, has gone to beauty school. He has been trained. He's a skilled artisan when it comes to hair styling, combing, brushing, facial managing, and stuff like that. He also has some experience as a makeup tattoo artist. Age is appropriate, and all pictures are appropriate too. There's even pictures in this ID of Zufar in a salon looking like he's doing someone's hair. All right. So we're going to swap back over here. It's been 3 hours. So now it's late at night. Dinner time has come and passed, and Alan is turning into a monster.
Yes. Growth spurt. So he is going to go find something to eat before he starts eating the paperwork.
Perception plus intuition.
6 successes.
Oh,
Right?
great roll. You memorized every possible joint on the strip before you got up here and know the distances between here and there. The rain outside has turned from just casual spit into just a wet stuff kind of night at this point. And so it wouldn't be too bad to get up the road a great distance to grab some food. Your options are Chinese, Mexican, Japanese, as well as a steakhouse and a couple of little side sushi and soy places along the way. You could also order some delivery to the library, and there's a large selection of candy and soda machines on the first floor that you pass by. So options are at grasp.
Go to the nearest place. You'd probably choose something fairly heavy.
Okay. Are you looking to leave all the paperwork at the library behind a locked door, or are you going to pack it up and take it with you?
No, he's going to pack it up and take it with him.
Okay.
Because he is appropriately paranoid.
You get down the stairs, you're leaving the first floor when your 3-hour alarm clock goes off, letting you know it's time to check in.
I go, anything? Glaring at the phone as I... Yeah.
Alan.
Yes?
Checking in.
Juan Garcias.
Yes.
There were actual plans associated with him. A flight got canceled, but there was an actual baggage check associated with that name.
Okay, that's the one.
We've been at it for an hour and 25 minutes.
Claims to be a hairdresser.
So closer to 2 hours. That's when, well, in about 20 minutes, I want them heading out to Sonomish. And then there's going to be a nice little play, and the last 30 minutes is going to be fairy time.
Check. So I got a hit on the frog statue, South American rain frog.
Yes.
Okay, I got it. I love you.
Yeah, Rio. Is that the flight you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So Rio flight, Juan Garcia, but he didn't go on that one, but he did have 2 bags checked.
Yes.
Do you mention about the hilarity that you found in his file?
Yes, I said hairdresser.
Yeah, hairdresser. Oh my. So I'm gonna mention the Robert Hernandez that and the addresses that are very, very close to each other, and that there was a like the address that was connected to the Loblaws. And what I have is that the only Loblaw that is still functioning?
Most of them are out of business. Robin, as she says that, you're like, Loblaws. You remember that there's a receipt amongst the pile in the 6th pile that was for a Loblaws but didn't have any other information with it. It was paid in cash.
Okay, I think we might be starting to get somewhere.
Okay. So, what was the date on that receipt?
Let's
Like,
see,
was it
memory
recent?
check.
The receipt for Loblaws, probably
Yeah.
about 3 to 4 months ago. So it might be the only operating Loblaws in the area.
Was there more than one?
Receipts for Loblaws?
Yes.
No, just one.
Just one.
So maybe go check it out? If it's still functioning? Retrace this person's steps? I don't know. If it's close, if it's convenient.
Well, right now it's almost 9 or 10 o'clock at night, so they're probably getting ready to close down. And by the time she rides the bus up there, it's probably going to be like 12.
Yeah.
Because right now downtown is flooded.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll keep with the paperwork. I'll do legwork in the morning.
Okay.
For now.
Then I will continue on to the next ID.
All right. To your advantage, you're nowhere near tired because your insomnia keeps your eyes wide open like the guy out of Clockwork Orange. On the other hand, Alan, after eating...
It's going... He's going through a growth spurt, too.
And you're tired. It's been a decently long day.
Yeah.
So you can either choose to keep up with it or head to bed.
I think he'll probably go home. Crash.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Crash, eat some food, do whatever. Get some sleep. I don't sleep. I don't need sleep.
All right.
Yeah, do some hammered dulcimer.
Chill out with some music before bedtime.
Yep.
All right. So turn off the 3-hour notice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You do so. As this point in time, you're looking at all these IDs and stuff like that. Did you want to continue on, press the issue, and go into the night being a hardcore hacker attack? Or did you want to call it too?
I am going to take a break, like a short break, just kind of like turn everything off, separate myself from the computer for a little bit, because I don't want to get, in this week before, I would have been taking it easy, especially if like any more glitches are happening, or, which I'm sure
So
happens.
then this is fine. This is,
Yeah.
I'm glad I planned for this part. So as you stop, you turn off the hot sim and whatnot. The world starts bleeding back into your normal vision. Your eyes open up, and of course, normally it's the your eyes. You open up. You've been looking around. The world's there. This is like a TV screen turns on, and you stop for a moment, and then you see your cat who's sitting at the edge of the bed glitches.
Oh, shit.
What do you want to do?
Is Sitting Eagle here?
No, he's in the other room. You can hear him. It sounds like he's yelling at something.
Okay. I'm gonna get up and go see him.
Okay, you stumble over toward the door, opening it up, and you hear him like, "Yeah, get down the field. Go, go. Yeah. Yes. Ooh. Ha ha."
Hey, babe.
Oh, he stops.
Football match.
He immediately looks up to you and the TV mutes. He's
Hey,
like,
how you doing?
"I'm doing pretty good." He jumps up, hustles over towards you. Everything going okay?
Yeah, I'm just taking a break. I don't know. I'm feeling a little weird right now, and then I'll tell him about the glitch, because we had talked about it beforehand, and
Yeah.
I'll just kind of say, you know, I saw another one of them, and it a little bit of anxiety right now. So
Okay. Do you want me to massage your back?
yes.
Okay. I'll get the lotion.
Excellent.
Okay.
I'll toss myself over the couch.
Okay. So you unwind for the rest of the night, and he works his big, meaty hands into your back, scrunching it up and moving all the muscles around like they were little stiff rocks, and then turning them into soft Play-Doh until everything's smoothed out, and you sleep pretty much perfectly on the couch with him for the rest of the night, because I'm assuming you guys don't leave there from the bed. But around 6:15 in the morning, one of your alarms go off, and even though the phone is in the other room on silent vibrate, the electrical signals make you wake up instantly. And you know it. You know the sensation of it. You're like, "Oh, my alarm's going off." And it's not it's not a transition into a sober consciousness. It's, you're awake now. Nothing you can do. Guess what? You're not going back to sleep. Or things to think about, stuff to do. Gotta find stuff. Has the cat been fed? We need food. I need to do stuff. Let's get on the internet.
It's basically my life now. Cool. Let's do this. Okay, so I will wiggle free
Mm-hmm.
of Sitting Eagle, and put like a blanket over him.
Well, yeah,
Maybe
because since he's naked and everything, he might get cold in the room.
Well, yeah, put a blanket over him, put a pillow where I was so he can like cuddle it instead. Feed cat, get some food.
Okay. Cat's looking at the cat food, knocking out of the tray, giving you the raised eyebrow look.
Stop it. Tuna. Okay. I'll put some tuna down, mix it in with the food. You have to eat something other than just tuna. Don't give me that face.
Flick, flick of tail. Flick, 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 flick.
Whatever. Just ignore it.
Okay.
Get some coffee.
Okay.
I guess get back on the internet.
And so before you get back on the internet, it's time to scare you one last time.
Oh, good.
You begin setting everything up. You get your small... What do you eat? Food-wise.
Whatever's in the fridge. Leftover pizza, meat.
Soy rolls. Some soy rolls from the Stuffer Shack.
Go.
You set the coffee maker. You getting the coffee maker clean and whatnot. You grab the soy rolls out, put them on the counter, look over the coffee maker, and it turns on. And you're like, fuck, so you have to turn it off. And so you have to mess with that, put the new stuff in, clean it real quick. And as you're doing it, it's like it, for whatever reason, and you feel every time you look at the coffee maker, it wants to turn on. Not that you're turning it on like the flipping of the switch, but because it's a Wi-Fi device, yeah. You feel like you're the reason it's coming on because you look at it and it comes on. And so...
I don't like it. And then I'll just kind of not look at it and fix it.
Okay.
And then finally let it turn on.
And it instantly makes coffee. It's one of the high-speed ones.
Right.
So you have your cup.
Excellent. Cup of coffee. Eat some food. Internet time.
All right. What part do you want to tackle first?
Let's start on a new ID.
Okay. One that hasn't been mentioned.
Exactly. Get everything so I can start looking at the big picture instead of piece by piece.
Marion Wong is the next ID you grab. Matrix Perception.
Seven successes.
Mr. Wong is an appropriate age, and you can see the image of the Sufar guys scattered throughout the pictures and all the data information. Marion Wong works for Sportstown USA, or CSA actually. Sportstown CSA as a promotion specialist, where he basically travels around and promotes the business, trying to get people to buy into it so they can sell the products and open stores and franchises and stuff like that. So lots of travel involved in it, as well as lots of ID pictures, as well as other things. You begin sorting through all the data, and hours are rolling by as you're playing around with things, and as you're doing so, you find a picture of Mr. Zufar on a jet ski. Why is this important? Well, as a promotional individual of a sports town, sports are important, so he's on this machine. He's also muscular as hell. And he's ripped for a double accountant.
Can I tell if the picture's been doctored at all?
I hope so. You want to start breaking the file down and see what you can pull out?
Yeah, sure.
The good thing is you don't have to be online to access these pictures. You can download it and get offline and be on your computer to start tearing it apart without risk of doing anything. Like, you would have to hack it and deactivate any protections and stuff like that have been placed onto it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll download and start looking at the file.
The file has protection on it. All of them do. I mean, that's what you get when you have a rating 6 identification and the protections that come along with them.
That's true. Okay.
All right, to crack its protection, it's a hacking plus logic based on your attack as its limitations.
Okay. 6.
The system puts up an incredible fight. Whoever designed this protection actually the program left the file itself and tried to subvert your actual deck by causing the trash bin to begin duplicating everything in the trash bin and overloading. Made 4 successes to protect itself. You were able to subvert that actual counter attack and shut it down, cracking open the file.
Excellent.
The file is going to try to resist any editing and opening, so now it's a computer logic, data processing is your limit versus the intuition firewall of the file. All right. It's like arm wrestling a toddler. You win.
Yay!
And pulling the file apart, you immediately load it up into an art program and begin checking it out. It separates into all the given layers. And you can see that somebody used a 3D modeling imaging device or program of some type to take a 3D scan of Mr. Zuvar's head and model it onto each of these individual bodies. You find the program is somewhat inlaid and you can see the necessary file that you're like, okay, I can see what they did. I know what they're using. I've seen this program. Oh, here's all the real models information. There's the dude's real face. So they basically made several layers to make it look authentic, like Zufar was actually the guy with the ripped body, and all it is just his head on the entire thing. After you crack that, you're able to figure out that, oh, hey, this shouldn't be too hard to check all the other photos if you really felt like it.
Well, I mean, is there any way that I could look at a particular person's signature on this file?
Yes.
Like who could make it? That's what I want to do.
Yes, there is. All right, so now you've turned your attention away from the file and all the stuff inside of it, and you started looking at the bare bones of whatever's left, and you're going to start digging around, shaving off the layers, looking for that fingerprint.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the file's on your computer. We're assuming you've got one mark on it. But to get this level of information, you're going to need to go deeper. You're going to need to get as many marks onto the file as you can, and then you're going to need to hack the file itself to get into its actual system's information. While you do that, you're going to roll as many times as you need to hack on the fly. I wouldn't brute force it because you'll destroy the file.
Right.
So hack on the fly, get all the needed successes. We'll come back to you, and then once you've succeeded on doing that, then you're going to do another matrix perception to find the fingerprint.
Okay.
And
what do I have to roll to? Like how many? What's the number that I'm looking for to roll to?
You need three marks on the file.
Right.
So you need to hack on the fly until you've got enough to count for 3 marks. You've already got 1, so you need to add 2 more. And then after that, you need to do a matrix perception. And while you do that, mute yourself, and we will go over to Robin. Robin. It's early in the morning. What time does Alan get up?
Probably around 7.
Okay.
Gets up, probably clears out a fair amount of the stuff that's in his refrigerator. Rowan boy.
Mm-hmm.
And, probably while he's eating, he's going to be going through the files. He probably did that last night, too.
Oh, so you separated them last night into the different stacks?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you eliminated the Rio de Janeiro. You were able to eliminate one of the receipts from Loblaws. So that helped clear out a lot of stuff, leaving about 4 or 5 pieces of paperwork that just, are still sticking out. You got rid of the map as well, and the frog, and the gun. So the stack, like I said, has shrunk down. Right now, the next piece of paper you pick up seems to be mechanic information, like a car repair. Is
any of these guys listed as they're all. These people all have cars, right?
Yes.
Are any of them listed as working for a mechanics?
Let's check. No.
No.
That one's a shampooer. That one's a sous chef. This one's a weaving machine operator. And this one's, oh, a maintenance technician. For something called Jeans Unlimited.
Jeans Unlimited.
Yes. And the thing that you're looking at is that this repair, now this person is named Robert Hernandez. We have Robert, right? Robert drives a BMW. But the thing that in question is a moving van, like a utility van that has maintenance on it.
Moving from where? Is it listed?
Yes, it's a moving van that basically, you put cargo in, you take it from place to place, like an in-town. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know. Moving van, moving truck.
Yeah.
But moving from what location?
This is just a receipt. This is just a receipt for repairs that was done to this van.
Where was it? Where was this receipt from?
Let's take a look real quick. Crazy Tiger Automotive.
Okay, and where is this located?
In Seattle.
Where in Seattle?
Tacoma.
Tacoma. Okay.
And
close enough for me.
Go ahead.
Is it close enough for me to drop by and ask about?
Sure. You notice that the van's listing in this repair receipt says that it's a company van, but it doesn't say the name of the company.
Yeah. Okay. So.
You want to head by Crazy Tiger?
Yep.
It's got an address and everything.
Yep.
So I'm assuming you're gonna take a bus, or you're gonna hail a cab or get an Uber.
Take a bus, and I'm wearing my lined coat. I've got a gun, my staff.
All right.
I'm
It's a blustery, shower-like morning as you get out into the streets of Seattle heading for the local bus stop. It doesn't take long before your feet are soaked as you're climbing onto the bus with all the other soggy individuals. Riding a few blocks before you get out, checking your phone and the address you have listed, you look up at a car wash.
car wash.
The address is correct, but there's no Crazy Tiger Automotive here.
I'm gonna text Zamara, say, Crazy Tiger Automotive, fake. Identify who take a picture of this receipt and say, lead on Sin Maker, ? And then go back to my house too.
Okay. So what do you... So this seems to be in relation to the maintenance technician named Robert Hernandez, but doesn't seem to lead anywhere. What do you want to do with it?
Put it on pile 5.5.
Okay, so it's like it gets its own
pile. To
Hernandez.
The maintenance technician.
All right. So we're going to fast forward here a little bit as... Now with the last few clues, you find another one that relates to South America, as well as some like hotel arrangements. You immediately shuffle that over to Mario. Juan. You shuffle that over to Juan's information. You're like, okay, well that's South America. And then you find another one that's related to purchase of some more automotive parts. You're like, oh, that must be. So as you do this, you get into a point where there's only one thing left in the 6th pile. It's a receipt. It's a receipt for some electronic stuff. It says, It's for a Kragan Auto Parts and Convenience Store.
Located?
In Sonomish.
Oh. Well, city knowledge.
Okay.
I mean, I know Sonomish is not the best place to be going around, and I also know that it's a really good place to make a quick getaway from.
It's also out in the country.
Yep.
So there's that.
Yeah, there's a lot of okay, it's only a 6 dice. 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah. What do you want to know?
Basically, if Alan knows what I just said,
That the
Sonomish is out in the country,
and
known for its hideaways and people like making quick getaways, and it's
maybe
virulently humanist.
No, I wouldn't say Sonomish is humanist. That's Auburn.
No,
Yeah.
Renton? That's Renton. Sorry, Renton.
Yeah, but Sonomish, it's also not good to be.
No, it's fine. It's a country. It's countryside. It's like going out to the country. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of people. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of people. No? People come in a can? They were put there by a man? So, no, it's just country.
Yeah, country.
Country people. There's an address. It's like 2172 Sundown Lane.
Okay, I'm going to send that address to Zoe and also ask her, can you find where this is precisely and whether this is what it says it is?
Okay. So, Zoe, you're online already hunting stuff down. What were you doing? How did you do?
Okay. So putting on a mark on or putting 2 marks at the same time. I switched my programs around to use stealth and exploit, which gives me a total of +3 to my sleaze. So I got 9 successes. And then doing a matrix perception afterwards, I would switch back, and I got a total of 7 successes.
Very, very nice. And let's golf clap for you. You find in the file, conveniently written backwards, is the word Norse 2030. Norse 2030. So not only did this person rewrite how script is supposed to be written, they thought it would be funny by making it look backwards.
Okay.
And as you're doing so, you notice that your comm suddenly picks up a text message as you're finishing doing everything, and then after a moment or two, another one pops up.
Okay. So this is a hacker ID, yes?
You're assuming.
Okay. Can I make a knowledge roll on Deckers to see if I know this person or not?
Yes.
Excellent. Knowledge is that would be logic, right?
Yes.
Okay. I have 5 successes.
Norse 2030 is a highly prized ID manufacturer whose true identification is a complete mystery, and no one really knows who they happen to be. But you know that you yourself have seen and praised his work, and only heard of it because you can see when you go to Jack Point the amount of people begging for his services. We'll say him because you don't know if it's a him or her.
Right.
And so to come to the realization that one of the top end players is involved, that's kind of, I don't know, what to you?
Scary.
Scary?
Awesome.
Awesome?
Awesome.
Yeah.
All of all of those things.
You got a lady boner there kicking off, right?
Little bit.
Just a little. All right.
Little lady boner.
Ooh.
Okay. So I guess looking up. Let's Google Maps.
Okay. Yeah, you can find that address, and it is for a place called Kragen Auto Parts and Convenience Store. Do you see anything going on here?
Kragen Auto Parts. Kragen.
Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp.
No.
It's because it's a Nordic word. But it's fine. You want to make it you see Kragen Auto Parts and Convenience Store. It's a real place. So whatever this address and this name she's asking for, it's real. What do you want to he's asking for.
Right.
What do you want to say back?
Maps say it's real place.
Okay.
And it's like where it's located, like where it's actually located.
It's for real.
It's for real, not for play. Which one is this under? The Kragen? It's a new person or different person?
Unidentified. I could not. Only thing that could not be traced to any of these the false identities.
Another piece of information, all the addresses that are listed with all the identities, none of them are in Sonomish. All the addresses that you guys have currently played across and whatnot, none of them are in Sonomish.
Okay. This might be where the person's hiding out? Question mark. Wait, were there more receipts? There was one receipt to here. That's why we were checking out the ID.
Yes. This is the only receipt that did not attach to a false ID.
And do you know what the receipt is for?
No. What?
5 pieces of electronics.
Ooh. What kind of electronics?
SKU item number 58163. Each valued about $700.
Can I search that SKU number?
Sure. All right, you're going to do a matrix search for it. And as you do a matrix search for that SKU number, you get nothing. Nothing that seems to be prevalent. You get SKU numbers related to Walmart, AutoZone. You get SKU numbers related all over the place. That's a shit ton of data. Just like everybody uses this number. So it's like, damn it. Nothing pins down to one thing.
And there's five items at $700
Each.
Well,
So what do you want to do?
I mean, I'll tell Alan that the SKU numbers on the receipt don't match anything that I can pull up. Oh, and that all the photos have been doctored by a specific, really high on the food chain decker.
I think this is where I call Sunny in and tell her.
We should probably conference call.
Yeah.
So it's pretty early in the morning. Well, no. We've already done 2 rolls. So yeah, at this point in time, it's past, it's probably at 10-ish in the morning the next day. Somebody's going to have to make that damn sound because I don't want to.
Some reason it's not going to voicemail. I wonder why. Doodly-doo, 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 doodly-doo.
I can't answer. You keep ringing.
Oh.
Hello.
Sonny, you sound strange. For...
No, this isn't Sunny. Hang on a minute.
Hey.
Hey, babe, your phone went off.
Oh, okay. Who is it?
I don't know. Let me find it. Who is this?
It's Zoe.
Okay. It is Zoe.
Okay.
She's just getting. Hang on.
Okay.
So, what's up?
I have Alan on with me.
Okay.
Okay.
So we found out some information.
Mm-hmm.
All of your IDs and the pictures associated with them have been doctored by a very high-priced decker.
Okay.
I mean, like, top of the line, everybody wants him. Or her.
Okay.
Not sure. We've kind of sorted out most of the information, but there's one receipt in particular that isn't associated with anything, and it's to a place called Kragan Auto Parts, and it's over in Sonoma.
And Alan's going to say, and I happen to know a lot of discreet services are run out of Sonoma-ish.
Okay. Good work on finding that stuff. So why are you calling me?
Oh, we just wanted to give you an update, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And we figured you might be able to apply more pressure on this person.
Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to do today. There's no way I'm gonna be able to make it out.
Okay, then I'll make do.
Yes, because, if you want me to do your job for you, then that means I don't have to pay you.
Yes. Okay.
So, just go out and see what's up. See who's there.
Yep.
Because, if this person is as famous for their work, I'm pretty sure that they don't want to have their real identity exposed.
That's true.
I'll go out myself. I'll go out myself and I'll let my friend know where I'm going. And that if I disappear, she is to bring down the hounds of the law.
Whatever you gotta do, Alan.
Well, we'll keep you informed.
Okay, excellent.
I love to see you work, babe. And then the phone hangs up.
Okay. Well, I'm headed out to Sonoma-ish.
How? Because there's no way that Zoe can hack you there. You have to either walk, ride a bicycle, ride a bus, ride an Uber, ride a taxi.
He's going to take a taxi.
All right, Uber taxi or regular taxi?
Regular taxi.
Because those Uber drivers are mean. No, I'm kidding. Uber drivers aren't mean. Regular
Sometimes
taxi
they
driver.
have water bottles.
And, yep.
Mints.
Yep. All right, so what do you want to do?
Yeah, and Alan's wearing his nice suit in addition to his armor. Under his armor and...
I wish there was a way that I could get eyes on. Like, we need all of our people to walk around with those little like body cams.
I'm going to show you something real quick. Give me a second to find it.
Okay.
This is the first page. See all those numbers?
Sort of.
Those are the listing locations and the highways that have cameras on them, and the number of cameras that are on those highways. The next one was a listing of airports and normal places that have it. The next page lists all the cameras and locations. This city is so watched, it's almost impossible not to get almost every angle on a road. There's a good possibility you can watch Alan's drive in the taxi all the way out there and back because of the number of cameras that are in the city.
True, but
Also
Overwatch.
Yes, first you have to get a mark on the system, and then every 15 minutes. But you can go to the location you want to be at and look for a camera because the icon's going to be there kind of floating around. You're like, astral project or Decker project over there and look for a camera and be like, I'm going to look through this one. All right, what can I see, you know? You can also go there in the Matrix and look at the setup and see what the hell's going on because you know it takes that long to get there.
Correct.
You can also, and this is me giving one more piece of advice that you probably, I don't know if you read everything, but you know you can follow along with Alan and throw your deck as a firewall defensive measure against any hacking that might happen to Alan's electrical equipment like comlinks and stuff. So you know you can ride along and be like, link up with Alan's phone so Alan's phone can't be hacked. It'll have your firewall and your defenses. Yeah.
Let's do that.
When it comes.
I wasn't aware of that part.
Yeah, it's not real. It's written somewhere in the book, but it's talked about a lot in the literature. Is that hackers and deckers will firewall the whole team's system, so it's the whole team is protected. You know, like smart gun links and stuff like that. The worst part, you know, that can happen to a team is the enemy decker causes all their rounds to eject.
Right.
You know, you've done that before.
Yeah.
So you can.
Because he doesn't have any of that stuff.
If your gun is high tech and has a wireless, somebody can access it that way. So.
It's not. Mine isn't Wi-Fi'd.
So you can ride along with Alan, not getting an Overwatch score and just hanging out providing a firewall. That's not going to do anything. It's when you actually perform an attack or a sleaze function that's going to start your Overwatch.
Okay. Then let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's ride along.
So you're going to be Alan's Matrix spirit that will protect him from all Matrixy stuff.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to sing the song, all by myself, I'm gonna shoot a bitch in the face, all by myself. All right.
Exactly.
So you're going to hang out. You're going to put your program to follow him so you can wander around the house, do stuff and whatnot, hang out with Eagle before he heads off to work. We're going to fast forward over to it. And I'm going to start with first the real world description of Kragan Auto Parts and Convenience Store. As the cab, I'm assuming the cab takes you all the way there. Does it stop up the road or what?
Intuition plus logic on which would be a better move. 2 successes.
Well, in honesty, you know, if if this is the location of a pretty well-renowned computer-type person, they might have everything monitored pretty well and might be watching the traffic, might not. They'd see your cab coming up because it has advertisements all over in the Matrix.
Yeah, so stop up the road.
And then walk the rest of the way?
Yep.
All right, and Zoe, what are you going to do to protect Alan in the Matrix as he approaches Kragan?
I've never been a guardian angel before. If I do a matrix perception around that area, is that going to start my Overwatch?
No, that's a data processing.
Okay.
Anytime the limit is either attack or sleaze, that's what starts it.
Okay. Let me do a matrix perception to try to make sure, or try to see what's out there.
Okay, what about you? What are you going to do for yourself to protect yourself? I'm asking about protection right now, not what actions you're going to take.
Right. Where's that matrix defense thing?
Do you have anybody watching?
Let's see. It's like Deathstriker's
We
on.
don't have a
Who?
list
Deathstriker?
of...
I don't know that
The
one.
kid that wants the dragon PC.
I'm not entirely sure what I can do as far as defense purposes.
You can run silent. You can make sure that your attack and firewall are really high, especially if you're not invisible.
Yes. Run silent.
All right,
That will
so
happen.
when you run silent, so does Alan, by the way, since you're got your control over Alan. And by the way, if Alan wants to make a phone call, it has to go through you. You have to say yes or no to stuff. So Alan can't really... I mean, you can stop any action that all of Alan's tech is doing because Alan's given you permission to do that.
Okay. Would I be able to, like, if he needed to contact me, but without calling, would I be able to see any text message that he's prepping?
Of course, yeah. And he
Okay,
could even, you
fantastic.
could even turn it on so that you're always listening through the microphone of his phone.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Yeah,
as well.
you have
Run
access.
silent.
Run silent and calm
Yeah,
always
and-
on.
Mhm.
All right, so go ahead and for run silent, it is logic plus sleaze test. This does not count as starting your Overwatch.
Okay. And Kuma
Alright.
gets put in here too, right?
That is correct.
Fantastic. Computer plus sleeves. That's how many. That's my the limit on my deck, right?
No, it's just your computer. Yeah, the limit on your deck of sleeves. You're actually rolling those many dice.
Okay. And do I have a limit? Ooh.
No, you do not have a limit. Because sleaze is technically an attribute. So when you roll 2 attributes, you have no limit.
So I got 10 altogether.
You're kidding. Wow. Because when you walk into the area, the whoever's running the area, the agents got 4,
Oh, good lord.
and there's 3 of them in the area. And he rolled shit. He got 4 as well.
Oh, thank God.
Wow. So you are like invisible so Alan gets out and starts walking up the street. No. And as all of a sudden, 100 meters or so, things start fading into existence. 100 meters out, you see what looks like a security dome of of pretty decent proportions. It's not like, oh, hey, look, this is like, arcology level security. It looks pretty simple. But what you see are 3 agents circling around.
Does this guy have his own host?
Yes.
I have more of a lady boner.
Alan's going to type out, look like right place.
You see that there are solar panel icons all over the roof of the building. There are 3 agents that are active, and they seem to be advertisement agents. They're you know what an agent is, right?
Yeah.
Semi-artificial intelligent, and it's you can recognize that this just isn't like ad space. These are real agents. These are programs that are blurting out, "Hey, everybody, creating an auto part. We got great stuff." But the way they move and act, you're like, I'm not falling for that shit.
Those aren't ads.
Those are attack ads.
Ads.
That's no moon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Right place. Right place.
All right.
That's a right.
So, yeah. As you get closer, you can make a matrix perception if you'd like to identify these agents. Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you just recognize that they seem to be a little bit more high-tech than they need to be for advertisements.
Yeah.
How many successes can you buy on a matrix perception? Computer plus intuition. And remember, you're looking at a noise value of about 5 right now. No, 3 plus 5, 8.
Right. I mean, I can signal scrub that out
Okay.
pretty well.
Isn't it nice to have a nice deck?
Yes. And it's nice to have a Kuma to help. 1, 2, 3. I can buy 4 successes.
Well, I can tell you this much. Being able to buy 4 successes, the person who disguised these as advertisements did just enough work so the average person's not going to know that they're looking at 3 black ices sitting outside of this place. These are intelligent intrusion countermeasure devices that are designed to subdue and kill.
Okay.
And so far...
So type back, definitely right place.
So far, they haven't seen you.
Okay.
All right, that's the Matrix description. So basically, you're walking up to a fortress that has autocannons on the outside of it that are pretty dangerous. When you walk up the front of the building, though, you can see that there is it's a garage. It's a stuffer shack that looks like it's been modified to sell more than just regular stuffer shack material. There's a place to buy biodiesel, diesel, ethanol, as regular gasoline. You see there's 2 charging stations out front for electric vehicles, solar panels across the roof of the building, quite a number of them too, as well as solar panels across the roofing that goes over the pumps. So there's been a lot of solar panel additions. This guy, and you see signs that says "Go Green." You see a sign that sits there and shows Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes pissing on a stuffer shack symbol. Let's see what else.
Yeah. I just rolled 6 successes for a physical perception. So.
Propane tanks, as well as a lot of variety of other things. Lots of stickers in the windows. You know how normal gas stations and whatnot, they have those stickers and lots of different advertisements, stuff like that. You notice the stickers are placed in such a pattern that there are openings every once in a while. When you look in the opening, you see a slight reflective surface of a camera pointing outside, but you don't see any cameras outside of the building. All right, Sarah, do you want to enter the host? So far, they haven't noticed you.
I'm so scared. Oh, this is going to be terrible. It's going to be so bad.
You need to probably stop what you're doing. Go feed your cat some tuna fish and tell it to leave you the hell alone. for like the next 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Lordy.
Some really good tuna fish.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go out there and just fill up its dish like piled high with tuna. And then look at it and go,
You know, it's all.
hold on. Right here. Don't bother me for a little bit. You got it?
Meow, meow, meow.
You want,
Nom, nom, nom,
you
nom,
want
nom.
this?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
You're gonna behave.
Uh-huh.
And I put it down.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me look for some stuff real quick.
All right, so while we're doing that, Alan,
Yeah.
you're walking up to the front. There's the description. You see the cameras. You realize you're being watched at this point in time. You're walking up slowly. You're not the only pedestrian on the street at this point in time. This is not like off in the middle of nowhere. This is on a street near a end of a street corner with several other businesses in a very country, rural area. It's so rural that as you're walking up, you see a tractor coming to a stop in the parking lot at one of the parking slots, a tractor. An older gentleman, and this is as you're like crossing the street, heading down the sidewalk, gets off the tractor and goes into the auto part / convenience store. What would you like to do, Alan?
I know this guy's net address. I'm going to walk up, look at one of the cameras at the window, so it's clear I am looking at the camera, and say, I need to speak with Norse.
Well, no, you're outside of a building. You're outside a convenience store. You're going to be staring out a window out at the edge of the convenience store talking to it. There's a door to go into the convenience store.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Okay, because otherwise you're standing outside making lip action toward a camera.
Yeah, and I'm going to walk right over to the camera and look at it, and then walk over to the desk.
Okay, you walk in, the smell of night crawlers fill the air as you can hear their chirp. Not only do they sell auto parts, which is a nice selection of auto parts, you see that there's also a place for live bait, soda pop, there's a place for coffee, alcohol, they sell varieties of snack cakes. It's like a stuffer shack with auto parts and live bait thrown in. Standing up on the far end, you see a selection of soy-based candy products, a thick plexiglass wall, and in front of behind the plexiglass are bars. So you have this plexiglass and bars between you and what seems to be a large, pale, white male with fair hair, a big, robust beard, and what's that? He's wearing a t-shirt. Yeah, a t-shirt, and you can definitely see he's a tattooed individual. He's smiling as he's talking to the old man who's in front. The old guy turns to her and says, "Thank you, Mr. Boyd. I much appreciate this help. So all I do is just plug this in here and into my tractor, and we'll all be good." And the other guy responds back, "Yes, old Bob, all you're going to have to do is plug it into your tractor, and we'll be able to get that thing updated without a problem." And the older gentleman sits there and says, "I much appreciate all this. Thank you for your assistance. Thank you for your assist." And the younger gentleman sits there and says, "Not a problem, old Bob. You tell young Bob when you see him come round. We'll do some drinking, go do some fishing, too." And the old guy is tall, thin, his clothes hang on him, and he shambles past you and smiles as you come walking in. There is no other customers, but the people outside, you look like your city folk, the way you walk and talk and how you're dressed, and also the fact it's not raining out here. Yeah, we talked about solar panels, lots of solar panels. All right, so you've walked in. Now, this is the point where things change for you, Sarah, because your targeted electronics just walked into the building. I need to tell you about what you see on the building. There are mag locks on the front and the back of the building that are visual. They are active icons that you can see, as well as all the other icons that are buzzing around, including the advertisement people. And You can identify the maglock on the door as a level 6 maglock that requires a signature fingerprint as well as a key code to open it and a key itself.
Wow.
3 levels of security on a level 6 maglock.
Wow.
The back door is the same, and on the inside you can definitely see that the register is running a high-end system. Past that, everything seems to go down into the ground and there are no icons, so there's like a basement. You can definitely identify that data travels into the basement, but the basement is behind a secured wall inside the host. So right now, you're seeing the outside of the building as well as the opening area to enter the host if you wanted to. Otherwise, you can kind of slide into the building with Alan and be looking around the room, but you're not in the host.
Okay, I think I'm going to hold off on doing anything because honestly, I think it's a little beyond me. I mean, if he's got 3 black ice advertising things, I don't want to touch this host. I really don't. As a person, as a player, I don't want to. So, what I think will be the best action to take from here is Alan, with his charisma and everything, can talk to this person, try to get some information from him, and then we exploit the shit out of him without me having to touch this host. I'm just a fly on the wall, feeding you information about what I found and what we need.
Sounds very perseverance.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to do some confidence things.
So you don't actually have to, so you can go into the building and view all the things going on in the building, but you're just not in the host yet. The host is an icon that you would activate to enter in the subroutines of the actual host. And there's probably like a website where it's like the stuff for Shack kind of thing. Hey, this is the stuff crap we have. Remember that we're playing hosts as if there's the public side and then the private side. So if you went into host, you'd be in the public side.
Right.
But you'd still be in the host.
Right.
All right. So you're the fly on the wall. Action change. Alan. Go. No pressure.
I walk in there after making sure he sees me look at the camera and look at him.
All right, well, he's just watching you as you walk up. He seems not to respond in any matter. Just that. Hiya, how you doing?
Hello, Mr. Norse.
Norse 2030?
2030. My hacker speaks quite highly of you, your skill.
He kind of looks around for a moment, kind of like looking past you. I'm sorry, what'd you say? All right.
I give him the
judge intent.
Yeah, judge intent.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's it. 1.
All right, it looked like he might have been looking around to see if anybody else was around, or maybe he seemed confused. You're not sure. Sarah, an icon just activated behind the counter. It is the icon for a wireless smart gun link and adapter to a room sweeper.
Yeah, and I'm making sure I put my phone where I can see
Right.
what she's typing.
I'm gonna say, be careful. He's got a gun.
He sits there and goes,
There's no need for weapons, Mr. Norse. I just need some information on a client. I do not wish to of yours.
all right, so he hasn't moved his hands down. He's just kind of like sitting at the counter. So he hasn't put his hand down to play with anything. So whatever activated was like some sort of electronic thing going on. So he sits there and goes, I'm sorry. hang on. I'm sorry. I'm not really sure I understand what you're talking about. You think my name is Norris? Like Chuck Norris?
I give him this.
All right, you want to judge intent again to see if he's still effing with you?
Yeah.
All right.
You can do it.
This time you're very aware. You're feeling more confident that he's dragging this out or leading you on. At this point in time, the room sweeper has now finished loading ammunition.
I'm going to say, let us not make this any more unpleasant than it has to be. And I feel you should know my girlfriend knows I came here. She is with the Tacoma police, and she has contact in other departments, so...
All right, roll intimidate. Or
Okay.
con, whichever you want to use. If you want to intimidate him, intimidate. If you want to con him, con him.
3, 2, 8. 3 successes on a con.
All right, so he sits there and goes, look, I think this is kind of a little extraordinary. I don't know how you found me or what you're trying to pull. But look, I ain't done nothing wrong and got no reason for the police to be picking me up. You can definitely tell now that the ruse, you know his ruse, he seems to be trying to backpedal to get out of some sort of situation.
I say, false IDs, however common they are still illegal, Mr. Norse.
Okay, at this point in time, he sits there and goes, how'd you find me? How did you find me? I can't get it. It's gone.
I say, a project of we have paperwork from documentation from several projects of yours leading back to a Mr. and I can't remember the guy's.
Zafar.
Zafar
Alan.
J something or other.
Alan. Talir.
Tahir.
Alan Talir.
Al-Tahir.
Al-Tahir.
Alan Talir.
Zafar Al-Tahir.
I'm not that bad.
He had a receipt with this location, and my hacker friend helped me trace this. She is quite, as I said, she is quite impressed with your work, but we need some information on where he is going.
All right, Sarah, the agents at this time have kicked up their perception to about 8 successes worth, as now they are scouring the area looking for you. 8. You're still hidden. They're crawling all over the place. You're playing like some sort of keep away game as like the areas in which you can't be seen. Dodging their sensor sweeps like Solid Snake.
You mean I'm in a box?
Yeah.
I'm in a cardboard box?
He sits there and goes, he will sit there, he will say, look, I don't want no trouble. That Zafar guy was a little bit too much and too much problem. He's gone now. I ain't got nothing there. I don't know how I can help you. I don't know how much it's going to cost me, so you ain't going to say nothing. So you don't say anything. You don't say nothing.
I will say nothing if I get some information where he lived. That's all I want. Where he lives.
No. Actually, you don't want where he lives. Remember, you had 48 hours to find him before
where he's going.
There you go.
Yes.
That's all I want. Where he's going. And then he and I will be out of your hair.
He sits there and gives a sigh. I'm gonna hold you to that because that's important. Of the IDs we made, the only one that really counted that I knew that he was going to be using is the Mario Schubert one. That's the one that he intended to use.
Thank you for your assistance, sir. I shall be leaving.
Hey, whatever you got on me, destroy it. I just want to let you know.
I will make sure it is destroyed when when Zafar is confirmed gone or in my custody. I promise you that. on the Holy Virgin.
You give me some sort of confirmation on that. Else I got enough cameras on your face. I'll find you.
Yes.
Does he have an email address or something that we can send it to?
Yeah, there's a business email address located with the shop.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say it will be burned. The information will be scrubbed. We will make certain we eliminate it.
He nods.
And I just walk out quite as if nothing happened.
All right. The agents stay very active as they begin scouring continue. The guy at this point in time, for the shotgun disengages, the icons turn off, and you're able to... Do you want to just jack out from here, or do you want to stick around with Alan, make sure it covers his ass?
I'm going to stick with Alan and make sure I cover his ass.
I don't need you to roll another sneak roll or anything like that. You're already hidden. They try really hard to find you. 10 successes. That was really good.
That was really lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing you told the cat to not fuck with you, because that would have been bad.
I piled up the tuna. That's what you got to do to make my dice like me. I have to appease the fake cat that I have.
Appease the blackberry cat.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, what do you want to do now?
Well, we know that the Mario plan is the one he's going with.
Yes.
Right. Which place is attached to him? Like, where is he going?
Alaska. He's scheduled for a ferry ride. He's scheduled to catch a ferry around 3 p.m. today.
In Bellingham?
What?
Bellingham is where the ferry is.
Yeah, no, he's catching the ferry from Seattle to upper state Washington. And then the end of the trip is to Alaska. So he's going to be hitting a road that goes from upstate Washington all the way to Alaska.
Okay.
Because think about it. You're trying to run and hide. Well, a bunch of IDs say that you're flying all over the place. I'm going to actually be on the ID where I'm going to be on the road for like 2 weeks straight and then fly out of Alaska.
You can take a ferry from Bellingham, Washington to
yeah, that's right. We'll just say he's on the ferry the whole way.
Okay. So ferry from Seattle goes out into the bay up to Bellingham. He would have to transfer over to another ferry. Yeah. And this is just logistics because I know.
Well, I've just figured that at that point he'd get on the highway and just start driving. So he's off the grid for a few weeks.
Okay.
But nonetheless, you now know where he's at, and he's leaving by 3 p.m.
And we know where he's leaving from.
Yep.
Which, by the way, the ferry leaves out of Tacoma.
Yeah. So I've headed back to Tacoma to intercept him.
All right, how do you get there?
I call another taxi, tell him to step on it.
Step on what?
The gas.
The gas.
All right.
America, that shit.
Yeah, but all right, we're going to roll. I'm going to roll 3 dice. If I roll high, the cab driver's like, yeah, but he wants extra money. If I roll low, he's like, no. I'm going to drive fast. I rolled a 10 out of 18 possible, so he's about in the middle. He's like, yeah.
I slide him over a 50. A further 25.
Intimidate the shit out of him.
75 extra for a trip that far. All right, he'll go with it. So he begins driving pretty quickly.
I'm going to destroy him on Yelp.
Yeah.
Sarah, what do you want to do in the meantime while Alan is making the long drive from Sonomish into the other side of Tacoma?
I am going to zip over and check out where the ID is hovering, or if I can find it, where he's going, that kind of thing.
It's currently at a Soy Bucks right up the road from the ferry.
Okay, I will deliver that information to Alan. Is it like a small ferry company?
Yes.
Because I'm going to have them lose his ticket.
You're such an evil person. I love it. All right, you're going to need to put some marks on their host and get into their system. I'm going to roll the dice. If I roll high, they're actually covered under a higher security program with some sort of arcology. And if I roll low, they're independent.
Independent. Let's do independent. Let's do it.
Yeah, they're independent. All right. I'm going to give their host rating a 2.
Yeah. And if she does that, I'm also going to ask her to give me a cover as a security person.
That's going to take a lot of effort.
I know.
Well, it'll be fine. You'll be able to find him. I can make them lose the ticket, and then he'll either have to wait for the next ferry that comes, or they'll hold him while they try to get stuff done, blah, blah, blah.
And I can come in and basically BS them.
Exactly. Okay. Yay! Okay. Let's put some stuff on the system.
I guess that means the chase scene is going to be not on the ferry then. I muted myself. The chase scene was supposed to be on the ferry, where Alan pins him on the ferry. I guess it's going to be off the ferry. This is because he's not going to be able to get on. They're fucking with his ticket.
So I'm going to try to put all 3 marks on at one time.
Ooh! Now the ferry's a lot closer, so we're going to set the noise level probably about 3. So you got 6, 3 from the country, 3 from distance, and then it's in a decently busy place, so some spam. So we're going to 7 total noise level.
Okay, so I can definitely still. How far away of a drive is it?
Hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some time.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
Probably noon-ish, like noon 30. This is right after he left the Norse 2030 place.
Okay, so they won't find out that they lost his ticket until he starts getting on the actual ferry. Okay,
which will probably about 2:30, so about 2 hours from now.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and just try for 2 marks on the system for now.
Okay.
So I am going to use my virtual machine with 2 signal scrubs. So that'll take care of most of it. Take a dice out. That'll take care of... Okay. And then I will add... So it's a hack on the fly to put marks on, so I'll use exploit to give my limit +2 on fleas.
And remember, you have to tell me your total net successes, because that adds to your Overwatch.
Yes.
And then how many you make and are usable is a different value.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry.
Awesome. So you made 6 successes.
On the second, sorry, I'm gonna run 2 virtual machines and baby monitor, and exploit on that one.
Okay. So how many successes did you make?
6.
And how many count?
The 6.
Got it. All right. You got 2 marks on the system. Now what?
Okay.
So you've moved over from their public side and you've gone over to their private side. You put some marks on the system. You want to find his ticket, right?
Right, yes.
That's set up into the filing system, so you're going to have to convince the computer that you have authority to look at his ticket. So you have to spoof it.
Oh, good. Just 1 mark. Okay. Hacking plus intuition.
Well, I said host is a 2, so yay, it's got Oh, no successes to resist you.
Okay. I know we talked about it before, but how do I actually pull a punch if I'm doing that?
You just roll less dice.
Okay.
All you need is one success.
Well, shoot, then I'll just buy a couple of successes.
How many?
Let me see how many I can actually buy first.
What's your intuition, by the way?
5.
Yeah. So the reason you know that it made no successes is because your intuition is higher than the rating of the system by 2. You're twice. So if you had a 3, I wouldn't be telling you how many successes it made. So you only need one success. So you can say, I take 4 dice, I buy 1 success. You done it. You spoofed it. It gives it to you. That counts as 1 success to the total. So your baby monitor would tell you, hey, we just hit 13.
Okay. Excellent. Then I
All right.
will do that.
So now you have the ability to edit it. And that doesn't do anything. That's just editing. That's data processing.
Okay.
Which requires 1 mark.
Like- Yeah, I have 2 marks on it. Would I just be able to delete the ticket?
Yeah, edit file allows you to create, change, copy, delete, or protect.
Okay. Let's delete it.
Okay, let's delete it. All right, done. You need 1 success versus their roll. Let's see. And they've got... Oh, crap. They got 3 successes.
Okay. Computer.
So you can roll or you can just buy.
I can definitely buy. I can buy 4.
All right, that's what you need.
Okay.
So that counts. So you went from 13 to a 17. And because you got baby monitor running. And yeah, you delete it.
Excellent.
Okay. Hours pass by as you wait. His icon gets up around 2:20 or so and gets in a car and drives up the road, pulls into a parking spot in the ferry's parking lot. He gets out. He's doing stuff. You see Wi-Fi tags on luggage as he shuts the car down and whatnot, become active. He walks into the building, and you can see that they start accessing the information and stuff, because you're still in the computer, right? 2 hours later, you wouldn't be, you would have refreshed by now.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want that stuff sitting, because 2 hours, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 times I would be adding to it.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't. I mean, I can use... No, it's not worth it. Because there's a program called Fly on the Wall that you only gain a D6 for every... like, if you're just sitting there not doing anything, it's a D6 instead of 2D6.
Do you want to do Fly on the Wall?
No.
Okay.
It's not worth it. I can just watch, like, I can matrix perceive, just, like, looking around, like, after I reboot and everything, just to watch his icon go in and see what it does. So.
Yeah, you see it go in. He goes into the office. This is around 2:30-ish. And he's in the office. And he's there. You look over and kilometers away, you can see Alan's icon getting closer. So for you, it's somewhat of a nervous test as things are going on. As you watch, trying to figure out, do you want to slide into their system, maybe see if you can find a camera to watch from? Or do you just want to wait?
How long would it be? Yeah, let's do that. That way I can actually use Fly on the Wall. I'll just, like, get into their system.
All right. You need to buy... To get in their system, you just need 1 mark. So you want to sleaze a mark on?
Yeah.
All right. So they made 1 success. You need to get 2 Successes.
I'll just buy the 2 successes.
All right. Yeah, baby monitor running.
Yeah.
You had a 10.
Cool.
All right, you got fly on the wall. With one mark, you're able to access some of the video information. You see that Zufar is standing there with his paperwork out, talking with these people, trying to negotiate, and they're looking at the paperwork. They're playing with the computer. You can see they're accessing, looking all over the place, trying to figure everything out. Staring at him, you can definitely see they're trying to be apologetic, and they're talking. And at some point, the lady seems very sympathetic, takes his ticket, and this is like at 15 minutes till 3. Tears the ticket, hands him back the stub, and starts making hand gestures toward the ferry. And he's like doing like this, and he turns and hustles out the door, walking kind of fast, gets his key out, his key fob, and starts heading for his car.
Okay. I'll call Alan and say, you gotta hurry up. He's getting on the ferry.
I'll slot the cab driver 100.
All right, describe it. Just play it, don't say it.
Just here. Top speed to this location.
And then what do?
And then reach over, slide him over 100.
Sliding money through his little slide. Just go, drive faster. Yeah. All right, now with 175 extra, he's... Oh, yeah, let's break some laws.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got a 15, so he's definitely driving faster now. You see Zufar gets his car, pulls it up, and queues it up. Guy comes around, takes the key. Zufar gets his luggage out and whatnot, and hustles up onto the ferry. And not walking slowly, he's running. He gets onto the ferry and immediately starts heading up toward the top deck. You get to watch him through the mirror, through the little icons. He gets up on there. They start loading in the last of the cars. It's now close to 3 o'clock. The taxi...
What would be... How could I... I don't know... In their system, what would I be able to trigger to make them hold the ferry?
Well, right now they're loading the last of the cars on. People are getting in the cars and driving the cars onto the ferry.
Gun alert! Put a gun alert on it or something.
If it had if a sensor had the ability to detect guns, yeah.
Yeah.
What could you do? I mean, think about it. They're loading cars onto a ferry. Their ferries have to be in communication with the port authorities, stuff like that. So you get a variety of openings.
Okay. So if their communication system, on the actual ferry, it should be tied into their system.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
tell them that.
Go ahead.
Give them his rap list. Tell them a dangerous criminal has just entered.
But then they're going to call the police.
Yeah, sure. We don't want I want to turn off their communication system, their radio systems.
Sure. Yeah. All right. You're going to have to spoof it.
Let's do it.
All right. I'll tell you what they roll here in a second. They got 2 successes.
Okay. I can still buy 4.
All right, so you're buying 4?
No, I mean I can buy 4, so I'll just buy 3.
All right, so you go from a 10 to a 13.
Yeah.
You shut off the radios. All right, so the radios go dead silent. Takes a minute or two for the people to start realizing something's going on, maybe. Lady in the office, as you're watching through the camera, she's picking it up, playing with it, turning it on and off. Guy in the cab of the boat is sitting there playing with his as well and waving, trying to talk, see if the people can notice. The cab has finally got on to 54th Street, which leads straight down to the ferry. 303. They're loading up the last of the vehicles and still messing with the radios. They have now congregated near the edge of the ferry's docking area as several people are with the radios trying to figure it off. They've turned them on and off and all sorts of things. Nobody's touched the actual system. They turned the whole thing off and turn it on and dump your ass out. They don't seem to know how to do that. So you're sitting there like, yeah, this hasn't happened. And the taxi cab is now kind of pulled up to the intersection, no more than 2 blocks away. And they're loading in the last of the vehicles. And at some point, you just see, they're like, what fuck it, whatever. And you see the craziest fucking thing. You're like, what? What is it? What are they doing? The guy from the ferry, the last car's coming on. They're pulling up the thing. The tab's pulling into the parking lot. The guy at the ferry walks out and whips out motherfucking colored flags and starts doing this bullshit. And the lady in the thing sits there and flicks a thing with a light, and the ferry master, the ferry driver, and a dude walks out of the front of the boat with flags and sticks them in, and then goes walking around with flags. What the fuck is this shit?
No analog. Come on. Okay. Is the boat motor tied in?
Huh?
Is the boat?
No. But you see they're still loading in passengers. They finished loading the cars. Now passengers are getting on. The taxi cab pulls into the parking lot and slides to a stop.
Oh, can I just turn on the, not have it call out, but, the fire system? Just go off?
Yeah, the fire system is Wi-Fi'd.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
do that, and Alan will be waiting, because they've got to do a full evac.
Yeah, they have to pull people. They have to pull people off the boat. They can't be in the little thing. I don't want it to call out though, to the fire department. I don't want that to happen. I just want it to the fire alarm to go off.
Okay. To keep that from happening, you have to crash the fire alarm program. The fire alarm is attached to the fire department. That's a different company. That's CityWorks right there. Okay. You can go for it, but CityWorks has a host rating of 4, which means I won't tell you what they roll.
Right. Is there any other alarm systems? Within just their...
The crash alarm on the boat that sits there and says you're about to hit something. Which does something. That's what you found, the crash alarm. You don't know what it means. You found it.
It's on their system. It's fine. Let's do that.
Spoof it. All right. The boat made 3 successes. It's got no time for your shit.
Yeah, then I'll do 4.
All right.
I'll just buy 4.
The boat resists your attempt to tell the crash alarm to go off. It's just like, I don't see anything here. Just fucking do it. So finally, the crash alarm goes off, which kills the motor. Which means the crash alarm's saying, we're about to hit shit. You can't go. And the guy's like, the motor won't start. Well, the crash alarm's going off. That's why you got to shut off the crash alarm so we can turn back on the motor. And so now there's an argument. Radios aren't working. Flags are waving. People are trying to file in. Alan, the taxi cab's come to a stop. You've thrown the money at the dude. And he's just like, thank you. Have a nice day.
And I'm going to try and con them into believing I'm an officer of the law.
Well, right now there's chaos. Passengers trying to get on. Alarms are sounding. Yeah. The boats and the people are like, hold up, everybody.
I'm just going to run over to the nearest person and go, oh, is this person on? Pull a picture of that person.
Of Zafar?
Zafar.
Sure. All right. Make a con roll.
Wait, I can tell her exactly where he is. She doesn't have to do that.
He's on the boat, right? But she has to get the people to believe that she's a police officer.
Right. Okay.
I mean, she has the fake ID for it.
Yeah, so con roll. And I'm going to spend an edge to reroll 1s.
Okay. Because you got 2 of them. Oh! As you run up and you show the picture of Zafar and your ID at the same time. Is this man on? Do you see the guy's just like, I'm sorry, buddy. We got a lot of stuff going on right now. I can't help you. Can you just stay over here? We might have to evacuate the whole boat, okay? So the guy's like kind of holding you off.
And I'll say, good. Hold the boat, please.
Make a perception check using your intuition. Sarah, as you're watching all this, you're right now fighting with that crash detector saying, no, you're on.
There's chaos. I see nothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos. And then you notice it. Zufar's icon has left the boat and is traveling along like what seems to be the edge of the water via your Google Maps thing.
Tell Alan.
And you're
Yeah.
like, the hell?
He's on the edge of the. He's on the edge of the water. To your left. He's going left.
Alan's going to immediately use his ability to increase his he's going to increase his body and strength so he can up his speed.
I do believe agility is the one that you want to up if you want to run faster. Yes,
Okay,
it is agility.
Then
Body
I'm just
is
going
like
to run
stamina.
full out. I'm just going to run full out.
What's your agility?
4.
All right, times 4, that makes it a 16. He's got an agility of 2, so the highest he can get is 8, so you're going to be at twice this speed. You begin heading down the side of the boat as quickly as you possibly can. You look down. There is a small sidewalk made of tires and concrete bits that run along the edge of the water, and he is on it. No gear, no nothing. Zufar is on the move as quickly as he can. He's hustling. He's figured out shit's gone wrong, and he is running as quickly as possible. Alan, you're running along the top edge as well. You see it's bobbing and weaving. He's on a no-hold-bar straight path, but in front of you, there's a fence that blocks this section. So you are going to have to either like fly around this section of fence somehow or jump down to the ground where he's at.
I'm jumping down.
All right. Acrobatics plus agility.
I don't know that I have acrobatics.
And you default on your agility.
Yep.
1 success. It's only 2-meter drop, so you hit the ground, you pull yourself up, and describe it.
I hit the ground, pull myself up, and pounce.
Roll to hit using your agility with your unarmed.
Okay, that's good. And as I do that, I'm 3 successes. I pounce and go and cover his mouth.
Reaction plus intuition for his defense. He has an intuition of 5 and a reaction of 3, which gives him 8 dice. He's a very intuitive man. That's how he's been able to stay alive this long. He has to get 3 successes to get away from you. 2 and you've caught him. 3 successes. You hit the ground. You make a leap toward him. He spins, jumping to one side. Leave me alone. I know who you are, and I know who you work for. And he continues to haul ass. You work for the corpse.
I continue to haul ass after him, and I pull out my staff.
Okay. So you pulling out your staff is part of an action as you begin to run after him. He's running too, but he's going to make a sprint test. He doesn't have much in the way, so he's got 2 strength, and he'll default, so he gets 1 extra roll. Raw, 1 dice. No successes. All right, you begin gaining on him. Get away from me! Get away from me, he's yelling. Right now, you guys are isolated. There's nobody around. This is part of a big parking lot, garage place where boats unload cargo and stuff. And so now you guys are running into, what are those called? Cargo containers? Cargo containers. You're running into a collection of cargo containers. All right, so what do you want to do? You got the staff out?
I'm going to try and see if I can do an aim shot for the legs.
Aim shot
Knock
minus
his
is
feet
4
up.
dice out of your attempt with the staff.
Yep. 1 success. He might.
He gets 2, so you move forward, you sweep, and he's stumbles and runs to one side, stops on the edge of the cargo container, sits there and goes, you think you work for the Enclave, and they're just another group that helps out Shadowrunners? You're wrong. They're run and owned by the corporations. You're just a pawn like the rest of them. I'm just trying to find a way out. Leave me alone. And at this point in time, he's going to jump and swing a fist at you. He's got 3 dice. Roar. 1, 2, and a 3. Wow, that's kind of an epic roll there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no successes. He actually glitches, which causes him to stumble backwards a little bit into a cargo container. Huh?
I go and grab him and I go and grab him. Grab at him.
Mm-hmm. Are you using like your hands to grapple him, or what are you doing?
I'm pulling him against my chest with my staff.
All right. You can use your melee attack to do this grapple. Because he glitched, I'll give you an extra 2 dice. 4. And he still gets his 8 dice to kind of resist to get away from it. 1 success. So you whip your staff around. Describe it for me.
Just with my staff around, pull it and pull him in towards me.
Okay.
And say, like, I'm, say, and just say, got you. Just say, got him. And then I push him down and use my plasteel restraints to tie him. Sort of look at him, take off a piece of his shirt and gag him.
Okay.
We don't need the. And then I call Zoe.
All right.
Say, got him.
All right, and he yells the entire time as you're bringing him down and restraining him. He's just like, you work for the corporation. You're no better than any of those other bloodsuckers. How much they pay you to capture me? You know they're just going to kill me in the end. They're going to try to cover everything they've done up.
I'm just like.
All right, so you gag him now?
Yep.
All right.
Gag him. Got him.
Okay.
And then I. Hey, thank you, and then hang up. Call Sunny. Got him. We're at. Zoe can tell you where we are.
Yeah, she's. You leave a message on her answering machine.
Oh, how helpful. Where am I going to keep this guy for? However long.
I'm pretty sure it won't be too long. But you need to sit on him at this point in time.
Yes. And that's what I am doing. Literally. Sitting on him.
So I'm assuming you're going to escort him out and pretend to be a cop, taking him...
Yeah, I take off the gag, let him yell, escort him out.
Explain to him that you're a police officer.
That I'm what?
A police officer. You show him your ID and stuff. You're like, I'm a real cop. You can't say this stuff. I'm a cop.
Yep.
He doesn't believe you're a cop. He says, you work... I know that you work for the Enclave. I know that they're trying to capture me. I know what's going on.
And then, if anyone asks, I say, I'm Baker acting him.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's yelling gibberish.
All right, so how are you going to get him from where you're at to a place to contain him?
He's got a car.
Yeah.
Is it on the ferry?
Yes.
Has it been loaded off the ferry?
Not yet. It'll be a while before that happens.
I'm going to take him into an alley,
Yeah,
stash him
we'll
there.
be done here in a moment.
Wait until they unload his car, and just put him in it and drive off.
Okay. All right. Congratulations, you two. You caught Zafar.
Yay!
Good deal. You meet the objective of discovering the ID, tracking him down, and dealing with that. So you met all the objectives. That's 3 karma. You did so without actually killing him. That was pretty cool. I like the chase scene. So not killing him, that's an extra karma. So a total of 4 karma for the entire event.
Awesome.
Yep. And now we will resolve the getting paid and what happens to Zafar off the show, but pretty much it's going to be taken care of. The cinematics of everything is done, so now it's time for some downtime. Did y'all have fun?
Yes.
It was pretty cool.
I want to host.
You want to host?
Yeah, and then Zoe and I, after we dump Zafar on Sunny, we take care of getting rid of the
Evidence?
information.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. That's going to be like, I put so many layers of crap in between me and Norse that it would take forever for him to like try to and I send it from a false email from somewhere else. I take a special drive.
Cover your trail.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you guys are finished. You've got some karma, and I'm pretty sure Sunny's going to cough up the 2 standard for you guys to split, so you can mark that onto your character sheet. For everybody who's decided to join us today and listen in our game, thank you for joining us. If you'd like what you hear, you can definitely check out our podcast. As well, if you like to assist us and help keep the lights on, we have a Patreon, and we have some Patreon goodies that go along with that, such as early release for the podcast and other things. So go to our Patreon website and check us out. In the meantime, we're going to have another show later tonight as the rest of the group have a chance to catch up with another individual related to this whole arsons case. For now, I'd like to thank you all for joining, and good night, or good evening.
Good afternoon.
That too.